was Floyd and he was me, he wouldn't never have to fight again because that exhibition shit, as me being his little brother, hey, little bro, we finna do 10 rounds and we both gonna get 100+ million for it.
Right.
And we ain't never got to box again. Well, I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Right.
And you ain't never got.
Yo, you know the deal. We back again. We never slacking. Word 'em up. Ladies and guys, whether if you drunk or you high, it's time to pay respects to the illest man alive. If you think you got a point, he'll shrink you down to size. And from there it's downhill like a slinky or a slide. Open your eyes, got a deep connection with the rise, so you might see them jump in whenever they go live. Peep it, this channel blowing up now, it's not a secret. With tons of exclusive interviews to listen to. Them other channels I hate, but yo, they missing clues. They start narratives, sip the goose and twist the truth. It don't take a rocket scientist to get the proof. Just click the live at 4 p.m. Eastern time. But when you chime in, make sure you keep it kind. But if cowards want to debate, then it's feasting time. My man Jusdu shine busy all the time. Grind 24/7, 365. Videos he might have 365. My rhyme sick, they make you do a 365. You get a rich if you think you fit to survive. It's Jusdueboxing, time to click the live. Ain't no beginners, if you soft, you ain't down to ride. I crush you, respect too, it's Jusdu. He got the illest boxing show on the internet. The boy been a threat and he ain't even had dinner yet. Word 'em up. Yeah. You know what time it is. $4 p.m. Eastern. Click the link.
What's good? What up? What up with the fam? How y'all feeling on this good Monday? For some of y'all, this the second time back around. We back again. I got the work done in the crib. Everything is on point. I was a little bit later than 4, but you know, he just got up out of here. So as I told y'all, as I promised, if I had time, I was gonna come back a second time and we gonna talk this boxing. Because we junkies and it never end, and only we get boxing is just do. I'm really starting to see that. I'm really like, pardon me, y'all, if y'all hear me like sound like I'm tooting my horn, but I'm not. Like I'm really genuine in my approach to being a content creator. Hold on, you get me? Like it's no gimmicks, no funny business. I just love to talk to boxing, man, and build on this sport. And there's so many people, boxers included, that they don't do a very good job at supporting a product outside of themselves. And how did I come to that conclusion? Because I hear these guys all the time. I hear these dudes all the time talk about how they don't watch boxing. And we just seen earlier, for the people that was in the live earlier, we seen Keith Thurman actively try to break down what happened between Lamont Roach and Tank Davis, and he didn't even see the fight. He really tried to go into some deep breakdown and the man seen highlights, and then he had to double back and admit that he didn't see the fight. It's the craziest shit I've ever seen. But we got to start building the sport. If y'all ain't going to do it, we going to do it over here, man. The only way we know how to do it. So again, appreciate everybody pulling back up for this second build. We just did a 4-hour live, and we right back. I don't know how the hell I made it back, but we gonna talk this boxing for sure. Jordan, my guy, said legendary cooker. The live hasn't even started yet. You already know Thomas Hill, my guy. Favorite fighter syndrome is a real thing. Affect all boxers. Tank is no exception to the rules. All those ninjas do wild-ish and our fanboys point blank pair. I love my boy Thomas Hill, man. It's my guy. BJ in the building. Appreciate you, bro. It's all good. I didn't think I was gonna double up. Like that was an audible. Y'all, man, I'm telling you. I ain't gonna get all into it, but being a content creator takes some work, bro. I like called the audible, and then I called the audible from the audible, and we right back. Shout out to my guy. I know you would have been here if you was up. Mike Kirkland, my brother, man. Always good to see you. Thank Father, my guy. AJ back in the building. Joseph Cornelius, my guy. Aisha the Queen. How you feeling today? Always good to see the queens in the building. Ace, what it do, my guy? Shout out to Cornelius. That's my guy. You know it. Unbiased. I love to see these dudes win. Like I said this to y'all before. It's a reason I told people about who my favorite was, so y'all can hold me accountable. So anytime y'all see me not calling it how I should, call me out. Y'all the family. I ain't gonna get mad at the family for calling me out for not staying true to my name. If I ever come up here and start slandering, I don't care who it is, call me out. I'm telling you, call me out. I just don't believe in doing it. So all these dudes are top tier talent, the ones we talk about on a day-to-day anyway. So they're going to get their just due. Always, man. Shout out to my dog. And we right back. Marcus, my guy. Reef, what it do, homie? So he on the 2018 playoff run with the content, yo. That's my boy. I appreciate everybody that recognizes the work is being put in. We did 4 hours by mistake on an Audible. I had to call an Audible, do everything. I had to get everything ready for, man, way earlier, man. 10:30. I think we was on at 10:30, yo. We got off at like 2 something, and we right back. So we gonna have some fun. Much love to the family. Y'all smash the like button. We back. We gonna build on this boxing. Freezer what it do, and we gonna give everybody they just do, even if Keith Thurman don't know how. So look, man, y'all probably see the title. You like Spence and Thurman. Like, man, that shit is hey GM. Hey, yo, I just realized what people was talking about. But I just caught it all just registered, bro. As you said it, and I just I read it in my head. Yo, now I know what's going on. I don't really be over there. I don't be over there. I don't like, you know what I did? Real quick, y'all. I stopped listening to people that don't listen to me. Like I just don't do it. Like I do way more than enough content to be listening to people for hours on. And I can't do it no more. And people be on straight BS. Like, I really like if you tearing down fighters, I can't do it. I got to tune it out. I gotta tune it out because I don't move like that. So I don't want to listen to it. Like I notice listening to the wrong people will make you not want to do content. I'm telling you, it'll get in you. You'll be like, bro, I don't even want to talk boxing today. But you know, I filtered some of that out and I just listen to people that I think enjoy the sport the way I do. And it's a peaceful place mentally. It is. But we gonna build on this, man. I know y'all see the title. Y'all like, man, Spence and Thurman been gone. But Keith Thurman, he was doing some talking, and we was talking about it earlier, the things that he was saying in the interview, in the Fight Hype interview. He was talking about how, you know, I mean, we can play it again, but he was talking about how Errol and him and Errol had really, they was at different places than Tank and Shakur is right now. And I'm like, not so fast. I don't think so. I don't see that. Y'all dudes both been at, and this is no slight to y'all. I'm just putting things in perspective using the facts. Y'all were career welterweights. You're a career welterweight. Like I think you fought above 147, but not at, you officially been a career welterweight. Just like Errol Spence fought above 47, but he's a career welterweight. Same with you. So to be honest, if you just put everything in its proper perspective, I mean, who would be Tank in this situation? Keith Thurman will be Tank of today, right? The A side. He was considered the A side, right? He was the one that was supposed to give Errol Spence his opportunity all them years ago, right? So he seems to think in his head that him and Errol Spence at the time, if they would have fought when he was supposed to give Errol Spence his shot, but he didn't. And it wasn't just a flat out duck move like most people think. They like, nah, you ducked him. Nah, that dude was trying to get a bigger fight. He thought he was going to get a fight with Floyd. And it's a whole explanation as to how Floyd kind of politically ducked him, as he put it, if I think I got the term right. I think he said Floyd Mayweather politically ducked him. So around the time that Keith Thurman was looked at as supposed to face Errol Spence, in his mind, he thought he was going to get a shot at Floyd. And it didn't come to fruition. But I don't know how did he feel like he at a point where Shakur ain't at in his career. And Shakur is more accomplished with less fights and been through more divisions. I know people hate that because you don't like him. Maybe you don't like the way he fight. You don't like, I don't care. You don't like the way he talk. You don't like the way he tweet. I don't care about that. This shit is shit. Facts are facts. The man put work in I mean, look, he's been moved correctly, top rank, had a plan for him, and he made the most out of pretty much every opportunity. So, 23 fights later, he found himself being a 3-division champion, a former unified champion at that. Keith Thurman, you yourself, you were a unified champion. So you did do that, but you didn't do it through multiple divisions. So I don't see how you think you were at a point back then that either Shakur or Tank ain't that. I don't see it because Tank a champion too. Now maybe he's not a unified champion, but again, the difference is between him and you. Like, yeah, you the A side. Yeah, you had the wins, you had the belt, but he got the belt. He really a big ass ticket seller. And I don't get it wrong. Keith Thurman definitely sold tickets. Make no mistake, but he was never looked at as one of the faces of boxing in that regard. But he was definitely one of the best fighters at one point in boxing for sure. You could say that. So, him and Errol Spence would have definitely been a great fight. But if I'm not mistaken, at the time of Errol Spence was looking to become champion when he fought you, right? And you didn't give him a shot. And that's how he ended up in there with Kell Brook. Kell Brook got up in there with him and he fought him. But you didn't even think twice. You didn't second guess it. You knew you wasn't giving EJ a shot at all. So you just straight up avoided fighting him. You get what I'm saying? All together. So, I mean, if you look at, EJ would be the B side in this fight, right? Because obviously Thurman was the guy, before him. And he was supposed to give Errol the opportunity, much how, Tank Davis is the guy and they looking for him to give Shakur Stevenson an opportunity, right? I think the difference is, though, like I said, with Errol being the B side in that situation and Shakur being the B side, do you see the difference? And this is no slighter shade to Errol. It's just the facts are the facts. Do you see when that fight would have been made? Keith Thurman was what? He was a champion at the time, but still in one division versus a guy that's a champion in 3 different divisions, right? When this fight can be made. And then the star appeal that Tank Davis has, the name, how he gets people to, he put asses in seats. People going to participate in his fights. They're going to buy the fights from home. They're going to show up physically at the fight. That shit is just totally different. He's more accomplished than both you and Errol Spence is. Even currently right now, if you added your accomplishments together, like if you could do that, right? So it's like y'all all unified at the end of the day, but at the time of him and Errol, let's keep this in perspective. Them supposed to fight. Errol wasn't established as what he is today, even with the loss of Terrence Crawford. So that's no knock on Errol Spence. He was just a guy trying to prove himself, and Keith Thurman would have been the first name to really truly cement him and start the Errol Spence, era, so to speak, right? But he didn't give him a shot. And now, come to find out, after him not giving him a shot, he has the audacity to be sitting up in an interview talking about he don't think about Shakur and Tank fighting. Yeah, Shakur got to do something. Yeah, he got to do something. Like, he got to do something to get that fight. Like, what? He need a couple names, man. He don't got no names. His resume is weak and his this and his that. And it's like, bro, cut this shit, Keith Thurman. Cut it out. Knock it off, bro. I understand most of that shit you saying because you don't really even follow boxing. I guarantee you, if somebody told you, Keith Thurman, are you aware that man been a champion in 3 different divisions? Are you aware that he's more accomplished than the guy that you saying he don't deserve to fight? You don't make no sense. And Keith Thurman, the fighter, is great for boxing. But that mentality that he was putting out in that fight height interview that's not good for boxing. I don't respect it. You shouldn't be influencing the consensus number 1 guy, not the fight who people believe is the number 2 guy. Why in the hell would you be talking like that in today's boxing? But it doesn't surprise me. You know why? Because when he had this shot, he was the A-side guy. He maneuvered strategically around Errol Spence, didn't look his way, didn't think to get that man the opportunity, and ended up getting beat by Manny Pacquiao. You dig what I'm saying? So I think we've seen this story before. Let's just hope we don't see it all over again with Tank and Shakur. Because we hear it. We hear people doing a bunch of talking. We hear how it could be one of the biggest fights in the world. But the thing is, I think this is true. I think this fight could even do better than possibly Bud and EJ. I do because of where Tank is at currently. And you've seen the showing with him and Lamont Roach. You see how people showed up for that. You see how people showed up and showed out for that. They was in attendance heavy. It made the ring look small. It was so many people out there. It didn't look like they had an empty seat. And from my guy that I talked to on the phone, he was there. He said, man, he ain't see no empty seats in the building. So, like, and that's what Lamont Roach, that's a guy that's not looked at as the top 35-pound guy. That's a guy that's not the number 2 lightweight in the world. That's a guy that was looked at as, oh, he's bringing up a 30-pounder again. That's how they looked at Lamont Roach. Heavy favorite, picking him to get knocked out, myself included. With much respect to Lamont Roach. Said he was going to be competitive all the way through until the fight was over. I just thought it might have ended a couple rounds shy of 12. That's all. No slight to Lamont. But it was what it was. It went the distance. I think Tank broke his own number at the gate. That's obviously a sign that people participate in the sport. They obviously showing up. And we're going to get into what the reports is, what the little reports I've been hearing. And I reached out to somebody about these pay-per-view numbers. So we're going to talk about that briefly too. But before we do, gotta make sense out of this shit that Keith Thurman was talking. So like I said, man, the fact that he sat up in that interview and tried to explain to us what happened in Lamont Roach and Tank Davis fight, and he didn't even see it, everything he said after that, I took with a grain of salt. He's saying Shakur got to get names on his resume. You get one. Like, you completely unaware that he fought Oscar Valdez, who was looked at as a pound-for-pound guy at the time. I guess we just going to completely just throw it in. We're going to forget about that. I just don't understand it. So I just think he don't really follow the sport. Definitely don't follow the career of Shakur Stevenson, because he wouldn't be saying something as ignorant as he needs to prove it or he needs to do something else to get that fight, when that hasn't been the case for anybody else that's fought him. Like, y'all rewriting the script and the rules for Shakur Stevenson getting the biggest fight of his career, in my opinion, which would be Tank. This don't even got nothing to do with Tank. This got stuff to do with the dumbass fans, the silly ass fans, should I say, and the silly ass fighters that's pushing that they shouldn't fight because one guy that's the more accomplished guy out of the two got to prove some more shit. Knock it off. It ain't nothing left to prove but them two. The only thing left to prove at lightweight is who number 1, who the best. And that's out of them. And I don't want to hear nothing else. I don't want to hear no Keyshawn, my guy. Y'all know I love him. Been advocating for Keyshawn since his pro debut. But nah, let's do this shit the right way. Let's make the fight that they've been flirting with for years, that people been talking about, that everybody got an opinion on, that everybody, swear up and down they know how it's gonna play out. Let's get that fight before we end up in another situation where it's like Errol Spence and Keith Thurman, where it never happened and it was supposed to. Because I would hate to see that. And this would be an even bigger disservice to the sport of boxing than Errol Spence and Keith Thurman not fighting. Because I think that is the even bigger fight. I do. The strange thing about, I think, Shakur and Tank, I think in the eyes of the people, for the ones that know, they're more proven than I think Errol Spence and Keith Thurman would have been if they fought as a collective. And I think the fight is bigger. I think Tank Davis commands more of a casual as well as a diehard fan base. He got it both. We got the best of both worlds. He gonna bring them both. And I think Shakur Stevenson, out of anybody that was ever gonna be a Tank Davis opponent, going to not only bring some people with him, but he gonna bring some people with him that actually think he got a real chance at winning. Much different than the rest of these other opponents. Respect to all 30 of them, not counting Lamont Roach. You understand what I'm saying? So the more I talk about it, the more I think about it, the more I hear people try to give assessments and breakdowns on it. Y'all full of shit if you pushing that they shouldn't fight. I don't care who you like more. I don't care who you think gonna win. That's all good. It's boxing. We make our picks and we live with it. But at the end of the day, ain't no way in hell I want to hear an established fighter such as Keith Thurman pushing that the best fighters shouldn't be fighting the best fighters, because you're not following boxing closely enough to know that Shakur Stevenson is more accomplished than you and Errol Spence was at the time that y'all would have fought. What is there left to prove? Who is there for him to beat magically that you're going to see him beat and you can be like, yeah, now you deserve to take? Like who? Zepeda? A guy that maneuvered around him? I'm tired of this shit. You said Pitbull Cruz. He got up on this panel in front of these people in this interview and talked about Shakur fighting dogs and proceeded to mention a guy in Pitbull Cruz that conveniently avoided him. I think it was twice. Somebody get Keith Thurman ass on the horn and educate him on what the hell been going on since he ain't been paying attention. Man, cut his ponytail and stop watching boxing, bro. Get your ass. You got to start watching boxing, man. That man been kicking ass for a long time. And you know the beautiful thing about him and Tank Davis as a fight? They both came from 126, worked their way through, established themselves, and now they're looked at as the best lightweights. Whether you want to put one of them, one or two, it doesn't matter. Those are the guys, and I'm saying that. I don't got absolutely nobody doing shit with neither one of them outside of each other. We're going to put Lamont Rose to the side for right now because he's not in the actual scheme of things at 35. We don't know where he quite fits yet, but he showed himself to be a worthy competitor, and I respect him for it. You know what I'm saying? But let's not let another great fight. And again, we can't control it from our seats, but everybody should be in agreement that that's a fight that should be made. You really got some of the best and smartest fighters in those two guys. I don't care what you feel about them personally. I don't give a damn. We're talking about skills, not feelings and emotions, how I make you feel and what you don't like. We don't care about your preference. We're talking about in the sport of boxing. Those dudes have proven to be two of the absolute best. And it's time to find out once and for all who is the best. We don't need 2 more years. We don't need 3 years. We don't need a Keith Thurman, Errol Spence situation where it never happened. And then all they're going to do is blame Tank Davis the same way. But it actually was Keith Thurman's fault. Tank Davis is going to wear the blame if that fight don't happen. Shakur Stevenson is going to wear the blame if that fight don't happen. They got to make that shit happen, man. They got to make it happen, bro. All these weak-ass arguments about, what guys need to prove. Man, I just don't like it. What you got to prove what to you, Keith Thurman? You don't even watch the kid. You get what I'm saying? It would be a waste of time for them to try to put so many other opponents in between that actual fight. Yeah, I'm cool with seeing them fight another fight apiece, but after that, in my mind, I feel like all bets is off and they need to start pushing to make that fight, both of them. The hell we waiting for, man? Y'all done talked about it. Like, what y'all waiting for? Like, you get what I'm saying? What you waiting for, somebody to lose? Like, we just seen what happened with Lamont Roach. That was a scary enough for me. That was close enough. I don't need to see that shit again. I'll watch the fight again, but I don't need to see either guy come close to losing before they fight each other. Not saying he lost and none of that. I just want to see them two be the first ones to do it to either one because I believe they're that good. I do. Don't believe nobody else is going to be able to beat them guys. And while we playing around trying to put everybody in front of them, it's Keyshawn. Y'all know I love Keyshawn. Why are we putting Keyshawn in the way? Why? What are we talking about? Why are we doing that? Why is one of the most established fighters in boxing, even though he ain't been active in the last handful of years, and Keith Thurman pushing that fight shouldn't be made? Why is Keith Thurman referencing Isaac Cruz and Rolly Romero as dogs, as if Shakur Stevenson fights them makes him ready for Tank? Shut that shit up. Pitbull Cruz had an opportunity. He know better. He know not to get in there and waste his time and get outboxed and embarrassed. He know better. But you know who don't know better? You know who don't feel like they're going to get outboxed and embarrassed? Tank Davis. Because I've always given him that credit, and that they need to make the fight. Shakur feel like he can win, and so do Tank. You got people, and y'all know I'm a heavy advocate for my Jersey guy. But you got people saying he beats Tank easily. They got me wanting to see the fight even more because I'm like, damn, I mean, I watched all core fights, but shit, I ain't never said that out loud easily. Ain't nothing about fighting Tank Davis easy to me. Nothing. Like, I don't care how you try to draw it up, break it down, say what you seen, what flaw he got now, that he had a close fight. Don't want to hear it. Ask Lamont Roach, was it anything easy about that draw a couple Saturdays ago? I guarantee you he'll tell you no. Wasn't shit easy about that. So same goes for anybody else that get in there with that man. That man is a beast, man. It ain't going to be easy for nobody to beat. And I feel like it's going to be like that until he retire. I don't think you see somebody beat Tank Davis easily. And if you do, kudos to them, and they're going to get all my respect. But you got to show me that shit. But at the end of the day, I've had it. We had this conversation over and over. Y'all notice when I talk about this, it's not even about the win or the loss. It's about how people destroy great fights before they can even be made because they have personal feelings about one fighter or the other. I don't want to hear none of that emotional, sensitive shit. We all should be pushing for the absolute best. Ain't no way you should want to see somebody else fight them right now besides those two. No way. Shout out to everybody in the building. Y'all smash the like button, man. Yeah, keep cool, though. He just was talking. I think he was just chatting. Unruly girl, how you feeling, Queen? Then he's trying to focus on this fight. Yeah, he better focus on this fight for he not make it to him. Shout out to GM. Stressed out boxing. My guy, yeah, you know Thurman avoided at least a piece to the Queen. Teach, what's good with it, bro? You get to catch it live. Yeah, oh, you been busy? Man, me too, man. Me too. I'm right there with you. Behind the hands, it's in the building, my bro. Keeps that on multiple occasions that he doesn't keep up with boxing. And he true. Boxing expert, what it do? NHA, what's good, fam? How y'all feeling, man? Shout out to the fam in the building. All things, my guy. What's good with it, bro? Emmanuel in the building. That's me in the building. What's going on, Malaza? Shout out to my baby girl. The Queen is back in the building. We back, man. Shakur need to clean up the 35. And I think it need to start with the best fighter in the world or one of them. Tank Davis, man. Let's stop playing around. Tank is the guy. He the guy. I don't give a damn about no draw. That changes absolutely nothing. That man is every bit as dangerous as he was before the draw. He might be a little more dangerous after the draw if that shit motivated him the right way. Shout out to Tank. Close fights happen. All these dudes had flaws. All these dudes are human. Can't wait to see what he do in a rematch. But more importantly, Shakur and Tank got to run. Tired of all these breakdowns. I'm tired of them. I don't even want to hear nobody else break down. I don't even care about your breakdown. I don't even care about your breakdown no more. The hell with it. I done heard it all at this point. Especially when it got to the point where they feel like Core beating them easy is crazy. And y'all know that's my guy. But damn, easy is, woo. That's another level, man. You're gonna have to really get in there and be special, super special. It's not about who he fought, Malaza at 35. It's about who is willing to get in the ring with him. That's been the problem. You get what I'm saying? Pay attention to the very first fight. The only time he didn't have a problem with an opponent, was the very first time he came to 35. He got Yoshino in there relatively easy. It was no issue. Since then, it's been an issue getting people in there. How did he fight De Los Santos? You get what I'm saying? Look how many people was like, nah. Frank Martin said, I ain't getting enough umph. Nah. Then went and fought Tank. You see what I'm saying? Pitbull Cruz, yeah, he fought Tank, but he ain't getting in there with Shakur. Get what I'm saying? So it's not about who he fought at 35. It's about who's willing to get in there with him at 35 or ask, why hasn't he fought these other guys that you deem whoever the best is? Because who is that? Who is it? Who got Lomachenko beating Shakur right now? I don't. I never did. And I definitely don't now. You get me? It's Keyshawn and him not fighting. That's over with. Let's stop ignoring the elephant in the room. That's a bad boy from Baltimore. It's a bad man over there. And he's smoking shit. And I want to see them in there. You get me? So that's really what it is. Him not being close to the best. Malaza, name the fighters at 35 better than Shakur. Go. Name them. LaMarcus, my dog, what's good with the keys to the game? What's good with it, bro? How you feeling, man? I don't get a Tank fight next. I'll fight Shakur lying ass Ryan Garcia. Right. Shut his ass up. Ryan ain't getting in there, Dark Kent, my guy. It's been long overdue. I ain't picking no sides, even though I'm Jersey for life. But we just want to see the fight. I ain't siding with one guy over the other. We love boxing. We need to push for great fights. Yeah, Thurman is wild. Jado, what's good with it, bro? Trey Skills, my dog, man. You get me? We got to push for it. That's all I'm saying. We bugging if we ain't pushing for it. I ain't picking no sides. I ain't saying nothing about breakdown. I don't even care about that. Stop getting in front of these cameras talking about what you don't want and what shouldn't happen. Stop talking about who got to prove what if you ain't following his career. That shit is foolish to get up there and say he got to prove more. Fight who? Who's the magic guy that he got to fight that he going to beat up? Because he going to beat him. I'm not even straddling no fence. He's going to beat him. And all y'all going to do is complain about how he did it. The only person I think at this point that he could fight, and no matter however it look, people will just take it for what it is, but they still going to bitch. But for the most part, it's Tank. That's it. Anything less, they're going to whine and complain. I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear no more electrician jokes. I don't want to hear no more hibachi chef jokes. Go get that little monster from Baltimore and strap it up. May the best man win. Go make y'all money. Go put on for boxing, y'all families, y'all legacies, y'all careers, and let's keep it pushing. Keith Thurman, get your ass from in front of the camera pushing that nonsense that they shouldn't fight. You got the nerve of you to bring up Rolly as Rolly. This man said he ain't been in there with no dog like Isak Cruz. Somebody tell Keith Thurman Isak Cruz don't want nothing to do with Core, man. Nothing to do with him. So is that his fault? So when people keep telling me he ain't fought this one or that one, name him. Because who you can't say he does. You watching people avoid him. You watching people take unnecessary rematches and some more shit. You watching people say that they need a little more oomph, all type of shit. You watching people say it'll be like a dog chasing a cat. They coming up with every reason not to fight him. And now Keith Thurman, oh no, he got to prove more. Man, nobody trying to hear that shit. That's that same energy you had for Errol Spence when he was on your damn heels, man. When he was on your bumper. When he was pressing you about a fight, you out here, you strategically ducked that man. And I don't even like that word, but you avoided fighting him, bro. Now you trying to influence Tank Davis to do the same thing you did. Yeah, Tank, don't fight him. He still gotta prove it. No, the hell he don't. They ain't got nothing else to prove but who the better man out of them two. I'm tired of the lightweight division at this point. They gotta fight. Them the kings. I ain't trying to hear shit else. Keyshawn, keep building top rank, keep building them. They got bigger fish to fry with each other. Straight like that. Big Dog Willie, my guy, man. He said, keep old time Thurman. What happened to Spence?
And we ain't never got a box again. Well. I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
You stupid, Big Dog. He said, keep old time Thurman. Prize Fighter TV, my dog. What's good with it? Shout out to Keys. Let the best fight the best. Why not? Keys, that's all we saying. We ain't crying about who you like more and who you think gonna win. Okay, cool. Blessings to you and everything you think and feel. But let's see that shit. You get me? I'm about to play this clip with this dude talking about how Shakur beat him so easy. Wait till y'all hear the breakdown and salute to him. Nothing personal with his take, but it's takes like that that's making me want to see the fight more. Because I don't think like that. I don't think it's an easy fight for either guy. Because ain't shit easy about dealing with Shakur. That's the harsh reality. That's the tough pill to swallow. He make you mad because he make it look easy. I'm convinced. That's just what it is. It ain't no he ain't letting his hands go. It ain't no none of that. They move the goalpost every fucking fight. First is he don't get knockouts. He's soft, his hands. He don't fight in the pocket. He do all that, get the knockout. Then it's like, well, he ain't do it fast enough, and he don't really hit hard. And look, he got brittle hands. They hurt again. He took long with an electrician. It's always a new narrative. They really rewriting the book of rules of boxing when it comes to Shakur. He giving you exactly what you saying he can't do, and when he show you, you complain and move the goalpost somewhere else on some hating shit, talking about he can't punch. Imagine you trying to make a case that a guy can't punch after getting a stoppage. It's the weirdest shit ever. Yeah, he don't knock nobody out. Oh, well, he ain't knock him out. The referee, the corner stopped it. He didn't really stop him. All this weird shit. He stopped him, bro. The man did not complete 12 rounds. He's out of there. Shit like that that's making me want to see this fight. We got too many narratives. He done beat all of these dudes easy, with the exception of De Los Santos. And for what condition he was in, he still handled business to me. He don't have close fights. All these dog fights that y'all keep asking him to be in, it's only one dude that might can put him in that kind of fight to me, and that's Tank. Y'all keep the shit you asking for, you don't really want. You asking to see him get cracked. Who could crack? Who, if it's anybody that's gonna crack you, Tank gonna crack you. He gonna punch you in your shit. Tank is gonna get in the ring and punch you in your shit. So if you really want to see that, I want to see his chin get tested. Well, put him in there with one of the most accurate offensive fighters in boxing. That's Tank Davis. What are we talking about? Put him in there and let's see if he crack him. Because if it's anybody that can do it, it's definitely him. The rest of these dudes ain't going to be able to do it. They're going to be hoping on a prayer. Shakur going to beat their ass 12 rounds or less, and people going to complain. They're going to complain. That shit going to be one-sided, just like the rest of these fights been. And look, let me be clear. I'm not saying he can't have a close fight and be tested and even lose. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying for the talent that's out there, for the kind of test that you want to see, the kind of fight you want to see him in, the number of guys that can really put him in that kind of fight, it's not a long list. So why are we even playing around? Why don't we go with the baddest one there? And Tank Davis, after he handled his Lamont Roach, business, I think that's the next fight for boxing, bro. Straight like that. Shout out to Keys, man. My guy. He said, let the best fight the best. Why not?
And we ain't never got a box again. Well, I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Yeah, I hope not, bro. I hope not. I can deal with another fight or so, bro. I can deal with another fight, but another 3 gonna really piss me off. I ain't gonna lie. because anything can happen, bro. There's no guarantees in boxing. Like any guy could slip up, take a loss. Like any of that shit is possible. It's possible, right? And I just would rather see the fight than them keep allowing little roadblocks and things to get in the way. Like the fact that man is talking about retirement makes me want to see the fight now. Don't play with me, bro. Don't play with me. And I ain't even got to. I respect his decision and why he feel the way he do. I think he got kids. I think he want to be better. He think about making some changes in his life. Man, they need to fight before any more of them type of thoughts settle into his head. We need to get that fight now. And I think now it'd be the best time to make it. We're going to get the best fight possible. He just got, tested in a tough, close fight. You got people doubting him. I think they're going to run that back. They run that back. He go handle business how most people expect. On to the next one, man. And it need to be Shakur. You don't need to give him another extra fights to be thinking about if he want to retire and how he tired of this shit. Nah, well, let's hurry up and make these fights before he get tired of this shit for real. Because I feel him. I'm tired of people like Keith Thurman getting up there talking about why fights shouldn't happen, how he got to prove some more shit to you. Even though you don't know what he proved thus far, you clearly don't know because he's more accomplished than you are, but you don't get that. So we need to see this shit now. We need to see it now. All that other stuff, pushing for, go prove it. Go prove it against who? Prove it against who? People that's not trying to get in there. I done had it with that. I done had it. If people can't see that these guys are not trying to fight him, then I don't know what y'all paying attention to. Because I'm really actively watching this shit. Guys making every excuse. I'm having a baby. Karen Chuckadazian had a baby and fought Boots with no problem. To pay to have a baby, can't fight. Then it was his baby. He fights Tevin Farmer. Now it wasn't his baby, it's his hand. He rematching Tevin Farmer. You can't make this shit up. Instead of challenging for a title, he want to run back a fight that was close, that he probably shouldn't have fought the first time because he should have been fighting Shakur. We watching this shit play out, and people like, nah, ain't nobody worried about him. Ain't nobody trying to duck him. Now, you watching it. You watching it. These dudes don't be wanting to fight. You know who I don't look at as a duck, despite what people are trying to say? Tank Davis. Because you can't prove that he's ducked Shakur. You can't prove that. You will just be saying it. You can't prove that. Tenacity Boxing, my guy. What's good with it, bro? Got Yoshuna in there at the 4 guys ranked above him, turned Shakur down. And that you just added something that I didn't even know. I didn't even realize that. And that's crazy. And I know you would know coming from where you at. I know you would know. So you get what I'm saying behind the hands? Since he got there, it's been an issue getting guys to just say yes. If you don't see that for what it is at this point, you just in denial and you don't like them. And you on some hating shit. It's not about guys being scared. These dudes don't want to take fights that they can't win. And when you look at him and his style, he's a nightmare matchup for a lot of these dudes. So if you think he can't punch, well, you're going to get embarrassed and outclassed for 12 rounds. And dudes don't want to go through that shit. Pitbull Cruz. You get what I'm saying? Dudes don't want to go through that shit. Like, yo, man, just going to embarrass me. My stock going to drop. I'm just sitting there and just get picked apart. That's normally what happens in a Shakur Stevenson fight. Let's not play. So 4 guys said no before he got the Yoshino. And y'all telling me the question you have for Shakur is who he fought at 35 and how he not the best? Something ain't adding up, man. Because he trying to prove this shit, right? He trying to prove it. That's what I believe. I see it. I'm watching this shit. So until them guys say yes, the hell with them, man. You could beat them. That's all I've been saying. That's all I've been saying, bro. Dudes is actively running around here, turning down fights, acting like they not, talking about they can make more money, fighting other people. You got dudes with opportunities at a title, something they never fought for, and an opportunity to make a bag. They said Lomachenko had an opportunity to fight for that vacant WBC title and get his highest payday. And he still said no. And went and fought Kambosos. You cannot make this shit up. You cannot make it up. So you telling me you don't think nothing is crazy about the fact that not only did he turn down a vacant title shot with the biggest bag that he stood to make, right? From what they reported, right? He says no and then goes and fights a lesser guy. Oh, and then turns around after he polishes off that lesser guy, pulls out of negotiations with the other top guy at 35. Can't make this shit up, bro. Can't make this shit up. And it looks worse with Shakur because you said no to him and then went and fought a lesser guy in Kambosos. You essentially took an opportunity off the table for another lightweight. You should have just left him for somebody else if you wasn't going to fight no more. Shout out to Big Dog Willie, man. Tanking Maniac started all the speculation. Tank!
And we ain't never got a box again. Well, I already been getting these back, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Make Keyshawn versus Loma. I love that fight. That's a great fight, though. That's a great fight, though. I ain't gonna lie, but Loma, the only thing that worries me with him is his back. Like, once I seen that, you know, I read that he was having a back issues, and that was really keeping him from returning, and that was gonna be a big influence or impact on if he was gonna come back or not. You know what I'm saying? It was wild. So I just feel like he done for as far as, like, you get what I'm saying, at that top level. Thurman's channel is Entertain Bradley working on a comment job. Yeah, somebody shout out to my dog Jordan. He said he trying to get on that Tank undercard, man. He trying to get on the Tank undercard. Tank versus Shakur, that's need to happen. Roger just trolling, bro. Tank the only one who could beat Shakur. Boxing expert, I think he got the best chance, bro. I agree with that. Pitbull straight up smoothly, man. Thurman artfully dodged Errol. Shout out to my sis Melanin Queen too, man. The balls, cuz both are good. Absolutely they are, bro. Absolutely they are. Zach B, what it do, homie? Samuel, what's good with it? Bruce Gas, the OG. Nah, Tank can't crack Shakur. Yo, tell you, that's how it be. I want Tank versus Shakur this year. Talk to him, Rob. Forever G. Shout out to the family, man. I was in labor and you was live working, then you came to see me, baby B-boy. You're right. I remember that. Lee, what it do, homie? Kello, 2 defenses. Shakur would definitely make your stock drop. Nah, he'll make your stock drop by beating your ass. You seen what he did to Pat Lee. Don't do my guy like that, Kello. That's my boy right there. You always talking crap. You always talking crazy. Hold on, Kello, this for you.
Look at this. I mean, fair play to him. The quality is definitely from Shakur Stevenson. You can see that, but the bravery, the heart is from Padley.
Well, he's put in his one donkey.
Is it a storm too many? Because now Shakur Stevenson looking for another body shot.
It's the body shots that are undoing him now.
Welcome, G. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my dog, Kello. Daryl, what's good with it, bro? How you feeling? Damon, my God, what's good with it, Brody? Yeah, I made it back, bro. I made it back. Appreciate you pulling back up. Y'all smash the like button, sub to the channel. We're going to keep building. We're going to have some fun like we always do. We're going to get boxing. It's just do. But, you know, we have our own topics over here. And like I said, Keith Thurman sparked this conversation. He seems to think that him and Errol Spence back then is a bigger fight than Gervonta Davis and Shakur Stevenson now. I don't think so. I think Shakur is more established than both he and Errol was at the time where they were supposed to fight. I think Tank, with him, he's been a champion for years. He's been through multiple weight classes as well. He got his casual audience as well as the diehard audience. That's a can't miss fight right there. Shakur Stevenson will be the first person, in my opinion, out of all of those opponents that really got some genuine people in the building that feel like he gonna win. And that shit ain't gonna just be one-sided. It's not gonna be like any of them other fights where he ain't gonna go in there being whatever kind of underdog Lamont Roach is. None of that shit. He might be the underdog, but it's gonna be slightly, if anything. You get me? It ain't gonna be no, what was it, 25-1? What was some wild shit? It ain't gonna be none of that. None of that. And you know it's not. So it needs to be made for obvious reasons. You get what I'm saying? Ain't no guarantees that either guy beat either guys. There's no guarantee in that fight. No guarantee. That's why it need to be made. Tank talking about retirement, bettering himself. It sounds like he ready to say, look, I'm gonna make some more money and I'm out. So before he really set his mind to get the hell away from boxing, because I understand it. Let's get that fight first. Let's get that fight. He's definitely undeniably one of the faces of boxing. He's undeniably one of the faces of boxing. And it's going to continue to be that way for a while. But let me play this take from this guy. It's takes like this that's really making me want to see this fight. Takes like this, y'all. Where is it? Takes like this one. Where is it at? Oh, hold on. Let me make sure I got it. Make sure I got it in here.
They called me a hater for keeping it a stack on Gervonta Davis. They called me a hater for calling out the resume and saying he doesn't want to fight Shakur Stevenson. Well, now we know why he doesn't want to fight Shakur. Gervonta Davis won't win 3 rounds against Shakur Stevenson. Let me put this into perspective. Triangle theory doesn't often work in combat sports, but Jamel Herring beat Lamont Roach. What did Shakur Stevenson do to Jamel Herring? Go watch that fight. Go watch Shakur versus Ramel Herring. He dog walked him. Stopped him in 10 rounds. Dog walked him. There's levels to this. Tank on the inside. You can't just walk in with a high guard like that. Shakur would piece that apart from the outside. Shakur's lead hand game is second to none. He'll piece that apart from the outside. His inside game is dirty too. Shakur uses frames and pins like no other. Now we know why Tank's not taking them fights. We know. Shakur Stevenson will beat Gervonta Davis comfortably. Comfortably. And Lamont Roach wouldn't win 3 rounds against Shakur. Let's keep it a stack.
I ain't gonna lie. I like Buddy. I like his breakdown as far as like what Shakur doing there. That's top notch. That's world class. I think he's spot on with that, with the frames, the pins. I think if you rock out a primarily high guard with Shakur, I think he eats that up. Me personally, it doesn't matter who the fighter is. I think he just understands the weaknesses of a high guard. So I'm not saying that's what Tank gonna do, but I think if anybody that does that to him, they're gonna get picked apart. Do I think he wins easily? No, I won't say that, because I don't think it's nothing easy about that fight for neither one. They both got attributes. They both possess attributes that gonna truly test the other one. I don't care what no fan that's emotional on the sideline is talking about. It's a reason that fight need to be made, and it's a reason why people don't want to get in there with Shakur. I'm not gonna say that's Tank, but it's a reason. It's a reason some of these dudes been making excuses not to fight him. And it ain't about him being boring or defensive and none of that. It's about him being good. It's about him being a lot better than guys that he getting in there with. It's about guys not wanting to get embarrassed because they style don't match up well with his. If you a come forward, one-dimensional, flat-footed guy, you ain't got no shot in hell. The only shot you got is if you luckily land a punch that knocks him out. And we all know more times than not, if you are praying on a Hail Mary with that kid, is more than likely not going to come. Now, anybody can get caught, but I'm just saying, if that's what your plan is, that's a risky plan, and it might backfire drastically. So that's why guys don't be wanting to fight him. People don't be wanting to take the dirt nap against Tank, they say, right? I know somebody that I don't feel like is scared to take the dirt nap or go get in there and try. Man, that's Shakur. You got to make the fight, man. Shout out to Keys, man, my dog. Appreciate the 5 pieces. Said Tank rematch on the horizon. I love it. We need to see that first. Who will keep Core busy? That's what I want to know that too, Keys. Or can he rest and heal? Both Core and Tank have issues getting ops. Might as well. Hey, Keys, I love that one. I like that tape. You get me? They having the most problems getting the ops. You know how you solve that? Y'all fight each other. I like that, Keys. That's my guy. I like that. I like that. 22-1 underdog. Appreciate you behind the hands. Appreciate you, bro. Von D Gaming, what it do? Tank on his way out mentally. And I don't think he out of it yet mentally, right? Von D. I think Tank see the light at the end of the tunnel. And I said this before. I think he's at a position where he's been able to make this money and be a part of these fights. And you know, it's been a long time coming, bro. He's 30 now. So I think the position that he's been in and being successful, fight in and fight out, has put him in a situation where he can now see the light at the end of the tunnel, right? Like he can now start seeing life after boxing. Maybe that wasn't the case maybe a couple years ago. So I don't think he checked out mentally. I just think now that he's thinking about and seeing life outside of boxing. And before those type of thoughts settle all the way in and he really make up his mind, I think now would be the time to make that fight before, you know, he get more frustrated with the game or anything like that. And that's for all fighters. You know what I mean? You heard Shakur express frustrations with the game before too and talk retirement stuff. So it's very common in boxing. But my thing is, before he really start getting those thoughts start becoming like a reality, I think that's a fight that need to be made. Shout out to Mike Mazak, my dog, man. How you feeling, bro? He said he making a lot of sense. Yeah, some of the stuff he was saying, like with the breakdown, not as far as beating him easy, though. I don't see that, though. But, you know, he did he say comfortably? Yeah, he said comfortably. He said he beats him comfortably. And he said Lamont Roach won't win 3 rounds against Shakur. Let's keep it a stat. I feel him. Boxing Hacker, what it do? Savage Killer Queen in the building. Peace, Queen. Shout out to the family, man. Shout out to the family. Y'all smash that like button, man. We gonna keep building, man. I just think this is a good conversation, man. And it needs to be had the right way. You know, I'm gonna make a case why the fight need to be made, not why it shouldn't. Like, I don't know. Shout out to Boxing Hacker. I don't know what we be talking about. Like, why should we not want to see that? Like, if people got all these weird ass reasons, like Keith Thurman really brought up Rolly, bro. He really brought up Pitbull Cruz like they the measuring stick for a Tank Davis fight. Will you shut up? The reason and wrote GM, the reason that Pitbull Cruz and his dad ain't comfortable making that fight is that reason right there, bro. What you saying? It's not because they scared. The styles make fights. How could you think Pitbull Cruz is scared of anybody with the way he fight? You see how real I am? Somebody else will tell you the reason he said no because he's scared. Jusdu gonna tell you the reason he said no because he know. Like they know style-wise, that's not a good look. That's not gonna be a good matchup. You're gonna have to pray on knocking him out. And what if you don't catch him? Then what? Now you get embarrassed for 12 rounds. And I'm telling you, I know him and his dad thought of that. They like, man, that dude too defensive. He's not gonna stand there. He's not gonna stand there and slug it out with you. He's not gonna let you have your way. None of that shit. He's gonna make you earn everything. And that's what these dudes don't want. Pitbull wants you to come meet him center of the ring and slug it out. He don't want it. He don't want it. He don't want that shit. Pitbull said it himself. Tell you, he don't want it. Lamont even says Shakur would be a harder fight. Not my words, his words. Yeah, I heard that. And harder. Why? You get what I'm saying, Damon? People think because he don't have power like they favorite fighter that he's not a threat. That makes him not a threat. You gotta have a knockout punch to be a threat. And I'm telling you right now, the fact that Shakur Stevenson understand boxing the way he do makes him a damn threat, whether you like him or not. You don't have to like him. He's a threat to whoever your favorite fighter might be if he at 35. And your favorite fighter, just as well as he's a threat, your favorite fighter's a threat to him more than likely too. I'm a real one. That's the best fight to be made. That's one of the absolute best fights in all of boxing. I guarantee you the numbers will probably back that up if they fall. Guarantee you.
Shakur Stevenson is the best lightweight in the world currently. Shakur has the highest plus minus in boxing with 21.7. For every single punch his opponent lands, Shakur lands 21 punches. People need to start appreciating greatness when they see it. Shakur is a 3-weight legitimate world champion and holds the prestigious WBC belt at lightweight. Now, more than ever, we need to see Shakur versus Gervonta Davis. Shakur will embarrass Tank. Not only is Shakur an elite outside fighter and defensive fighter, but he has a polished inside game. If Lamont Roach was winning exchanges on the inside, you can only imagine what Shakur will do.
Man, look, these dudes got some very interesting takes on how they feel like the fight to go. That's their take. That's not mine. I played that. Did you hear that he land it's 20, what did he say, 21 punches to 1? So let me get this straight. You telling me a guy that outlands his opponents 21 to 1 don't throw his hands, don't let his hands go? Let me run this back again real quick, the beginning.
Shakur Stevenson is the best lightweight in the world currently. Shakur has the highest plus minus in boxing with 21.7. For every single punch his opponent lands, Shakur lands 21 punches. People need to start appreciating greatness when they see it. Shakur is
bro. You're not going to tell me a guy that can hit you that many times before you hit him don't have a chance, y'all, keyword, a chance to win any fight that he's ever going to be in his life. I don't give a damn how you feel. That is impressive. You don't see shit like that. You really don't. You don't see shit like that often. Let's not act like this some regular thing that you seeing all the time in boxing. You might not like it. It might not be the most aesthetically pleasing to your eye. You might not understand it. It might not be your cup of tea. Whatever the case is, none of that shit matters. The facts are facts. That man can hit you 21 times and you hit him once is ridiculous. Consistently, bro. Like, it ain't like, oh, well, he's only been able to do it in a couple of fights. He do this shit almost every single time he out there. That's all. Just accept it. Give credit where it's due. Same way you able to see how your favorite fighter be sleeping shit. Understand how he be picking shit apart. Understand how he be out thinking the hell out these fighters and it don't even be close, to the point where people are mad at his style, wanting him to be something that he not. That man's so good at doing what he do, they want him to do something else. And I'm standing on that. I ain't no other time in boxing have I ever heard fans demand for a pure boxer to be a knockout guy. Ever in boxing. Y'all rewriting the rules, bro. You're rewriting the rules, man. You're rewriting your rules, man. You're rewriting the rules for these guys, bro. Shout out to my brother Mike Kirkland, man. Appreciate the support, homie. Said, hoping we get Tank versus Shakur also. I still favor Tank, but I wouldn't be surprised if Shakur just outbox him. Just my opinion. It's all, and and it's just possible. All I'm saying is a guy that's that proven to be that sound defensively, that efficient defensively, as well as offensively. You get what I'm saying, Mike? They'll tell you he don't throw his hands. He don't got no offense. So who the hell landing those 21 punches to 1 there? Who? A ghost? You get what I'm saying? That shit, like all of those narratives fall by the wayside when you really pay attention to the fighter and not your emotions and how it making you feel. Pay attention to what he's doing. That shit is efficient, it's effective, it's impressive, and it's world class. And you can't name another fighter in boxing with those numbers. You can't name another one. You can't name another active fighter in boxing with them numbers. That man gonna get his just due, man. He deserve it, bro. He showed dog in a different way. Yeah, he might not go in there and give one to take one because that's not his style. But that graphic or that dude just explained, he's showing you he gonna hit you a whole lot of times and you not gonna hit him a lot at all. That's his game. That's a dog to me. That's a dog. Somebody that ain't gotta get hit, but I can keep hitting you round after round, and I might stop you if you get crazy. Man, I ain't never gonna knock a guy like that. I ain't never gonna knock somebody like that. I'm sorry. God just gotta give credit where it's due. That shit is impressive, bro.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well,
right.
well. I already been getting these bet, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Official everything, my dog. What's good with it, bro? How you feeling? Subscribe the opportunity. Ran to Eddie. Nah, he ain't run to Eddie. Where was he supposed to run to, Kello? Where was he supposed to run? Seriously, because people say that. I don't think he ran to Eddie. Who was he supposed to run to? Al Heyman? Somebody that ain't had nothing for him? You get what I'm saying? He's supposed to run to PBC that Steven Espinoza told you they don't got the fights for him. Where was he supposed to go? I really want to know. I don't think he ran to Eddie. I think he ran to the opportunity, bro. I don't think you think you just looking at it a certain way. I think it's another way to look at that. Where was he supposed to go? That's what people don't say. They say the PBC, but they told you they don't have the fights. They don't have them. You get what I'm saying? They don't have them. They don't have the fights for him. How could he sign on to them? You get what I'm saying? How could he sign on to somebody that don't have fights available for him? Boxing with 2-4, what it do, homie? Shout out to my dog. Hey, Shakur's own worst enemy. Nah, I think he's a victim of his own success. You get what I'm saying? If Shakur was hittable, if he looked a lot more beatable, people would accept him more. But the fact that he goes in there and wins the way he does and talk his shit the way he talk his shit, people don't like it. But the fact of the matter is that these dudes don't even be coming close to beating them. They be talking all that shit. They get in there and they get washed, and then we move the goalpost somewhere else. We keep complaining about who he fights. So at this point, it's all or nothing. I bet you won't complain when he fight Tank. Because if anybody, I don't give a damn how the fight look. You complain after he fight him, then I'm just convinced you don't like boxing. And that's what I want to see. The best fighting the best. So Keith Thurman, I think you need to second guess all this. Your fight is bigger than Tank and Shakur right now. Your fight with Errol. There's no way in hell that would be the case. Now, it's no way for us to know for sure, but I'm pretty sure their numbers would make a lot of people feel comfortable that they'll do better than what you and Errol would have did. Get what I'm saying? You were supposed to fight Errol and you didn't. And now here we go, another great fight in 2025, and you got established fighters like Keith Thurman talking about why the fight shouldn't happen because he ain't fight no dogs. Shut up, man. He ain't fight no dogs. What dogs Frank Martin fought? Shut up. Keep making these. What dogs Rolly fought? What dogs Ryan fought? All these dogs. They rewriting the rules for the most established fighter. Meanwhile, these less established guys are getting a fight with none of these questions. Ticket sales don't come up. What have you proven don't come up. Who have you fought don't come up. None of that shit come up when none of those other guys get in the ring. But when it's Shakur, it's who did you fight? You don't deserve this. I'm not taking a pay cut. All this weird shit. You went to Eddie Hearn. You were supposed to go to PBC. Newsflash, PBC didn't even have a situation that he was looking for. I'm sick of y'all saying that. If he ran to Eddie Hearn, who was he supposed to run to? Talk to me. Let's have a conversation. Where was he supposed to go? Where? Because first he was on Top Rank. He couldn't make the Tank fight because he on that side. Then they go negotiate with Loma. That narrative falls by the wayside. You get what I'm saying? You got Dimitri Bivol And Benavidez actively talking about making a fight. Is that a cross-promotional fight I smell? Nobody is making these little weird-ass excuses but a certain fan base. Got out here telling guys where they got to sign at. Yeah, sign over here, even though they don't have the fights for you to sign here. But yeah, sign here anyway. Yeah, go sign to the PBC. Yeah, because the PBC was actively seeking you out like Eddie Hearn was with the deal that you was looking for. Yeah, the PBC. They had the opportunity to reach out to him. Y'all telling me, I heard somebody tell me when I said he the reason he spoke about that, he said he didn't have a relationship with them. Somebody told me he was supposed to go make a relationship with them. Like, you can't make this up. You got Eddie Hearn actively seeking this guy out, champion for him, telling people how he one of the absolute best fighters in the world. And you think he's not going to go to a guy that has a situation that he's looking for in 2 fights? And then you telling me to go to PBC where they only got a 1-fight situation based off what Espinoza said? Make this shit make sense, bro. PBC wasn't an option. That's not the savior for everybody. Look at their fighters. And I'm not dissing it. Look at how much inactivity they deal with. And you telling a guy that's trying to stay active to go where he might be inactive, go where they just said they don't have the opportunities for you. They don't have the fights for you. How could he sign there? That's not an option. So again, tell me where he was supposed to sign. De La Hoya, that shit wasn't happening. You did? The fact of the matter is, we got to stop making these excuses. This shit ain't got the Tank and Shakur fight ain't got shit to do with Eddie Hearn, Turkey, none of that. It got everything to do with the fighters and the teams of the fighters. I don't care what no fans, no content creators, and nobody on YouTube is saying. Them 2 dudes want that fight. They're going to make it happen. Simple. I refuse to believe anything else. Y'all, it's funny. Shakur had to sign to the PBC for the Tank fight, but Ryan didn't. Loma didn't. If they would have fought. Nobody else got to do this, but Shakur got to do it. Y'all don't hear how that sound? That shit sound crazy. Shit sound crazy, man. We out here actively like putting roadblocks in the way. And you saying the fighter is doing it by going where the opportunities exist for him. What is he supposed to do as the fighter? Go somewhere where no opportunity is for him and say, yeah, I'm going to just go over here on the PBC and we going, yeah. Tank is they star, not Shakur. Tank is they star. Tank is they star. Where Shakur would have fit in at over there, going over there on the PBC? Let's be real. Let's talk about it. Where would he fit at in? Where he going to fit at? This the ticket seller. This is the cash cow. This is one of the faces of boxing. You think they looking to sign him when they got Tank? Come on, man. Why? Why? You got Tank. Come on, man. See? You see how that looked? Where was he supposed to go? Shakur was there at the time and Top Rank was well, but picked the older guy. That's all I'm saying, bro. Beth, they said the reason he couldn't fight Tank before because he was on Top Rank. But Loma was clearly on Top Rank, and that fight would have went through if Loma would have accepted it, is all I'm saying. This don't have nothing to do with Tank. This has something to do with the people that's pushing those narratives. It's not Tank that's saying. Well, Tank did say that, so I didn't buy it when he said it either. Because he said he only talking because he over there on that side. And that to me, that makes sense. At the end of the day, if these dudes really want to make fights, they're going to make them. And check this out. I'll go a step further. So people that say, they'll say, well, Just, Bob Arum wasn't trying to make no fight with Tank and Shakur. And you know what Justice say? I agree. And guess what Shakur did? Got the hell up out of there. Got the hell up out of there. Oh, yeah? Oh, you ain't trying to make this fight? Because remember, y'all said that. I wasn't never talking about making Tank and Shakur, and I agree. I don't remember a time where he was like, yeah, this is the fight to make. I don't remember it. And guess what Shakur did after having issues with him? Turned down their contract and got the hell up out of there and went to somebody that is actually talking about making the Tank fight for him. But again, y'all going to tell me he's dumb for going over there. At least he's talking about it. At least he understands that that's the fight to make. Bob Arum snapping on people talking about that fight. Eddie Hearn like, yo, we been knew Shakur could beat him. This is the fight to make. That's what Eddie Hearn is saying. You get me? But Shakur gets shitted on for what decision he made, for who he signed to. Y'all not even paying attention. Bob Arum wasn't talking about getting him the biggest fight that he said is the Super Bowl for him. So you know what he did? He got the hell up out of there and went with somebody that not only had a deal that he was looking for, but also was talking about making the biggest fight for him possible. Miss me with that shit. Now, whether he's able to do it, that's another thing. We got to wait. We got to sit back and see. We got to sit back and see if he'll be able to actually make it happen. But don't tell me because he went to Eddie Hearn, he tried to get away from Tank, or he should have went somewhere else. Tell me somewhere else that he was supposed to go. You got to put yourself in his shoes. Who's talking where Eddie Hearn was talking? Eddie Hearn was adamant. He was on top of it. The minute that man was a free agent, Eddie Hearn was on top of it because he wanted to work with him. It's that simple. You can't tell a guy to work with people that is not vested in working with him. If I'm a free agent, I shouldn't have to actively seek you out. Do it go like that in other sports? If this was basketball or football, if it's a free agent and at the level Shakur is at, that's world class, that's a top free agent. You would look, if you wanted him, you would be looking to sign him. He wouldn't have to go looking for you or knocking on your door. That shit sounds stupid. He didn't have to go seek out Eddie Hearn. It was the other way around, and we know this. So for everybody that's pushing that, yeah, Bob, cool. He said, I'm out of here. This dude ain't talking what I want to hear. Oh, and you trying to sign me and lock me down for what, 5 more fights? Nah, I'm cool. Because that kind of shit, and y'all don't even see the sacrifice that he made. Y'all said, I had people tell me he was supposed to accept that deal because he getting paid less than he did with Bob, which is false. I'm not even going to get into that. I don't like talking about people money. But you don't even understand the sacrifice. Not only did he get away from the guy that wasn't talking about making the biggest fight for him, he made sure that he didn't sign on for 5 more fights and allow this guy to be able to string him along for 5 more fights without making the biggest fight for him. Y'all don't even get it. Y'all, we so busy telling him what he should have did. You don't even pay attention to what he actually did. Got away from a guy that wasn't talking the right kind of shit. At least Eddie Hearn is talking the right kind of way. At least Eddie Hearn had the right kind of deal he was looking for. That's a start. Okay, you got him 1 fight. You got him paid. It was supposed to be Kid Austin. Well, it was supposed to be Zepeda. End up being Kid Austin, not being Kid Austin and Padley. It's the same old song and dance. That's not on Eddie Hearn. That's not on Eddie Hearn. So we got to wait and see what he's able to do. Let's see what he's able to do in his next fight for him and then where they go from here. But I don't give a damn. I think people just missed it with Shakur. Y'all thought it was like go to PBC or bust. And y'all don't realize that he had to make a move for his career that made sense. You can't ask him to go where there's no availability for him to go. Like, you can't tell him to force his way over there. Them people wanted to deal with him. You better believe Al Heyman could have reached out to him or whoever on the PBC if that's what they was looking to do. That's not something they looking to do. Shout out to Big Dog Willie, my guy, man, back in the super chat. Tanking Maniacs are the Haney coat of 2025. Facts, damn.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well,
Right.
well. I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just do.
Just tell me if I ain't making sense, y'all. Tell me if y'all don't understand what I'm saying. He told Eddie not to make the fight with Tank. Nah, I think y'all misunderstood him. He definitely didn't say that. And it wasn't don't make the Tank fight. Don't make the Tank fight. I'm telling you, y'all misunderstood that. If you think for 1 second that he's telling the guy not to make the biggest fight of his career, it don't even make sense. What is Eddie now saying? What fight is there to make Eddie talking about making? I'm pretty sure if he start talking like he ain't gonna make that fight for him, he probably go somewhere else too. At the end of the day, it's not gonna be a one-sided deal. Eddie can't make that fight by himself. The other guy gotta want it too. You heard what Keith Thurman said. It's the Tank show. If Tank say that guy is next and that's the guy we're gonna make money with, then that's what he gonna do, right? So we got to see. Every time Bob was asked about taking Corey fight, he was quick to tell us the fight won't happen. So how you blaming Corey for leaving Top Rank, a guy that wasn't talking about getting him the fight? You get me? A guy that wasn't talking about getting him the fight, and then on top of you not talking about getting me the fight, oh, you trying to tie me down for 5 more fights? Nah, hell no. Why would I do that? At least signing on for 2 fights at a time, those 2 fight minimums and shit like that, you at least give yourself some flexibility and you don't give somebody a long ass rope to try to dangle, you know what I'm saying? And hang you with, should I say. So that's how I look at it. Was naked talking. Yo, Kello, get on my nerves. Kello, get on my nerves. I stole him out, man. He was working out. Kello, he had worked out, bro. He had worked out, put the chains on, bro. Stole him out. He was working out that day. You know what I'm saying? I told him not to pursue a tank fight. Nah, I don't think that's the case, though, man. I don't think that's the case, bro. I don't think that's the case. Because again, if you're going to just say that, Eddie, I heard Eddie Hearn say that, but what is Eddie Hearn saying now? Like, you talking about something, oh, Eddie Hearn. What's the last thing Eddie Hearn said? Eddie Hearn said Shakur said don't make that fight, or that he want that fight. They sat there in front of each other and talked about it in a clip about the tank fight. They sat there and actively talked about it. Now you telling me he don't want it. So which one is it? He don't want it? Is he ducking? Do Tank want it? Like, because I know what people keep telling me about Court. What Tank saying? Hey, Kello, what Tank saying? Tank say he want the fight or what? Let me know. John Wick, what it do? If I'm a fighter, I wouldn't sign with PBC. Yeah, I mean, it's tough. Shakur made the right decision, in my opinion. I think he did too. Rozilla, my dog, what's good with it, bro? Blue Hustle, man, what's good with it? But was quick to get the Loma lined up for the Tank fight. Soon as Court bounced, scandalous. I'm telling you, and I'm not putting that on Tank. You could put that on the powers that be. You could put that on the powers that be. So it goes to show you, if they wanted to reach out and make a fight with a top-ranked fighter, they could have did it all along. So miss me with that weak-ass narrative that Shakur was just talking because he was over there. Guys got to show that they're interested in the fight. Like, we know what we keep saying. We know what Core said and what Eddie said, and don't pursue this. What's Tank saying right now, actively today? What is Tank saying when it comes to Shakur Stevenson and them fight? What is he saying? 5 fights for $3 million per fight. Right now, he went and made a career high against Padley. Facts. Not no 2.1 that y'all want to run with because y'all can read a post. I can't believe somebody said they'll believe a post before they would the fighter. I was like, bro, that's crazy. QT was good. Eddie told not to intervene with making a Tank fight because they was whining about, and again, let me address that, because they was whining about, what was the consensus? They was whining about what? Oh, he ain't gonna work with Eddie. Eddie is Snake. Shakur, no, Tank don't like Eddie. How he supposed to know who Tank don't like? First of all, like, how the hell is he supposed to know who he don't like and who he don't want to work with? Like, that's first things first. That's silly to me. That's silly to me. But at the end of the day, they already said they sent the contract out. So that shit got proven to be a lie. You get what I'm saying? I wouldn't even be surprised, B-Dog. B-Dog, I wouldn't be surprised, bro. I wouldn't be surprised if it was him next. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. He only told him that because Tank didn't want to work with Eddie. They gonna ignore it. They're gonna ignore it. They're gonna ignore it. Because y'all, and they made that public. They made that public. So that's the side that they try to leave out. Because like I said, it's not for him to know who you like and don't like. It's not for you to like who you know who you don't like and don't like and want to work with and don't work with. He just said if that fight happens, I don't have to be involved. I don't have to be involved in that fight being made. See, we only gonna talk about part of what he said. Now I finished talking about what else did he say? What else did he say, and what is he saying now? I don't want to hear that shit, man. The end of the day, I want to know undeniably if guys are trying to make fights. Once I get the information that a guy's not trying to make a fight, I will call that shit out accordingly. I don't care which one of them it is. But right now, that's not even my argument. My argument is that the fight needs to be made. I think I'll let the fans and the family argue about how it gets made and who reaches out to who and who gets paid. Well, I don't care about none of that. I just think those two dudes need to sit down and hash it out. What do y'all got to say about Shakur saying, won't they sit down like EJ and Bud? Why is that not an option? That's real shit. He said he willing to sit down and talk to that man. Why that's not possible? Why? He too good? Let me guess. Shakur ain't worth the conversation. He ain't worth them sitting down like men and hashing out the biggest fight of their careers. Both of them. Because you know what I know? As well as y'all want to say Tank is Shakur biggest bag, I bet you Tank can make some of the most money he made fighting him too. It might not be more than Ryan. I wouldn't say that. But I'm pretty sure he'll make some damn good money fighting him too. And I'm pretty sure people will support that fight. I'm pretty sure people will be all in watching that fight. They know that it'd be the best two guys there. It'd be no denying that. No denying it. And respect to, Bud and Errol, but, Errol has some situations that, he probably wasn't his best absolute self. Shakur ain't had that situation. Tank ain't had that situation. They in their physical primes. The fight should be made. They're both undefeated. Nobody has lost yet. They need to make the fight. It's plain and simple. Make the fight. Make the damn fight. You know what I'm saying? Make the fight. Shakur got grip strength. 2 cents. His grip strength. He ain't got enough grip strength. What you think about people claiming they're getting a bag with Turkey, but there are fighters not even getting paid allegedly? I would say it all depends. Like, you know, I'm a real person, I've heard that. I've seen a couple videos, but what my thing would be, which fighters are there, right? I don't just want to say it in general, right? I want to be very specific when I make a claim like that, right? And I'm not saying it's not true. I just would want to know. I haven't looked into it much because I didn't, you know, it didn't really want much to me. Like, some people out to prove that Turkey is not good for boxing. I'm not on either side. I'm not trying to prove that he good or bad. Like, I just call shit how I see it. But I would ask, who are those fighters? Like, who are they? And their situation's got to be a lot different than Shakur, because I could imagine that that's not his situation at all. And I don't know what would be the big difference, but probably their team. I think that would be something with the team. I don't know. Like, how did you complete a fight and not get paid is beyond me. You get what I'm saying? Seemed like you did bad business. And I don't want to, like, I think Turkey would be at fault, obviously, if you're not paying people, but that would also, the accountability will fall on the team. Like, if you put yourself in a situation where you signed up for something, you did yours, you did your job, and didn't get paid for it, that's crazy. So that would be a completely terrible look for Turkey as well. It would be no defending that. That's bad for boxing. That would be terrible for boxing. You get what I'm saying? To me, taking the Brinks truck to boxing. Tank is the Brinks truck to boxing. He bring that bag of men out. Shakur told Coach Kenny he would take what has Shakur done in the sport. That's how they be. Jonathan 97 was good with it. In fact, both in their physical prime make the fight. Or the Tank and Shakur shouldn't fight. Yeah, that's what Keith Thurman was saying, Keith Thurman was saying, like, when he, you know what? I'm gonna run this back one time for the one time. Any word on Kid Austin's asses? Trey, I don't even know, because Pops blocked me on Twitter and Instagram. So Instagram and Twitter. So I can't even keep up with the Schofields, man. And I like young Sco. No, I ain't even do nothing either. That's crazy. CJ was good with it. Got to get better hands than Deonta. Blue Hustle, man. CJ, what up? What up, my guy? Shakur signed over at Matchroom, and now he has nowhere to go. He's going to be looking like Andre fighting local UK fighters. That could happen. That could happen. But we're going to have to talk about why he fighting those UK fighters at Kello. Like, I know you follow boxing, bro. Was he or was he not trying to fight William Zepeda? Ain't William Zepeda a golden boy fighter? He not a UK fighter, right? Ain't he a tough Mexican that throw like 100 punches around? He been trying to fight him, right? What's the story with that? It ain't just Tank. It's multiple guys before you even get to Tank that ain't been wanting to get in there with him that would be deemed solid challenges. This fake-ass Pitbull Cruz hype. Like, styles make fights. Just because y'all thought he looked good against Tank, don't mean he gonna look good against Shakur. The styles make fights. That shit won't even be close. He'll outbox the hell out of Pitbull, and it won't even be close. And then people gonna complain. I can guarantee you. I can bet every dollar that I own that fight get made. They're gonna complain about how he beat him. Guarantee you. Oh man, he was supposed to do it like this. You're supposed to stand in there and take a couple. Stay in prime, my dog. What's good, man? Stevenson still in prime. Yeah, even with those recurrent hand injuries, yeah, he is. Hell yeah, he is. Yeah, 88 Sports Talk. Yeah, Disco blocked me, man. Breon Reynolds was good. Corey Tank is the biggest fight since Mayweather and Pac. Actually big because they both in their primes. You got a point. Now, it might not numbers-wise because they ain't as established as, Floyd just was really special. You know what I mean? But Tank really bring them numbers, and I think Shakur will really bring a genuine amount of people out to see him win and feel like he can win, right? And I think it'll create a different element that hasn't been present in any other Tank fight, because I think it would be no denying as to who the other guy is, right? Or at least the consensus is Shakur is supposed to be that guy. So I think people would truly be interested in seeing it, whether it's to prove, people wrong or prove themselves right or whatever the case. I think everybody would genuinely be on board with seeing that fight. It'd just be the top of the top. You know what I mean? Roz. Oh, Adamas. He didn't. That's crazy, bro. No wonder he done, cause he kicked Turkey cousin ass, Keys. He kicked Turkey cousin ass, bro. He kicked it, yeah. He kicked Keys. He kicked Turkey cousin ass. Turk said, "Man, we gonna hold his check for a little while." Nah, that ain't for all jokes aside, but nah, that's wild. Only thing I can say about that is I have no respect for it. Is there a reason why he didn't get paid? Because I can't come up with one that would make sense why he could do a whole with 12 rounds and not get paid. Is crazy to me. You know what I'm saying? That's wild. Yeah, not numbers wise, but talent wise. Yeah, they gonna bring. It's a big fight for sure, Brianna. I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. People saying who is Shakur fault, but if the fighters wanting to duck Shakur, would they made that comment anymore? That's what I say, Blue Hustle, man. It's a bad question to keep saying who was he fault and what has he proven, because it's like when he go in there to fight somebody that he could prove something against, people that they quote unquote say he's supposed to get in there with, guys find reasons not to fight him and then go fight other people. So it should just it's annoying to see, and it's more annoying to see that people don't catch on. Conveniently, they ignore it. Zepeda's with Golden Boy. Oscar told him I had to sign a Golden Boy to get that fight, but apparently they thought he was lying. Yeah, he was just talking though, bro. You really believe that? You really believe that? Hey, Kello, he ain't want to make the Kid Austin fight either, but he was signing off on that. You see how we put this onus on Shakur and Tank to do this and do that? When we gonna start putting the onus on Zepeda to tell Oscar he want to fight Shakur? Why we don't put the same onus on Zepeda to make a fight with Shakur that we do with Shakur to make a Tank fight, even though he ain't the A-side? Why we do that? We keep coming up with all these convenient excuses as to why Shakur and Tank ain't fall. And most of them fall on Shakur's him not wanting it. He ducked it. He turned down the offer. Next week it's a contract. You get that's all cool. But why we don't put no pressure on Zepeda to stop fighting, you know, guys that he shouldn't be fighting and fight a champion. The man got over 30 fights. He got more fights than Shakur and Tank. And don't want to fight neither one of them for real, in my opinion. So you see how that look? You get what I'm saying? He didn't want Ryan. He ain't want Ryan to fight Tank either, Kello. He pushed for it. Ryan pushed for it. And he got the fight, right? Because he wanted it. He pushed for it. Why we don't put that on Zepeda? Zepeda could push for it. Zepeda could push for a Shakur fight. He don't got to keep using Shakur's name. He don't got to keep using his name, acting like y'all gonna fight him and not doing it. You get what I'm saying? Let's call this shit how it is. Hell, F with Oscar talking about he goofy. He goofy as hell. Why they keep using that man's name to bring interest to Zepeda weird ass? You get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? I think with Shakur, it ain't a matter of people getting paid with Eddie. I think it's just dudes not wanting to fight. Yeah, go get her. You run with that one. You run with that one. Because look, first it was a one-fight deal that he turned down, so he ducked. Then y'all turned around and your favorite fighter said he sent the contract and dude went elsewhere, and y'all ran with that too. And then Steven Espinoza came out and said it was never a contract sent. It was very preliminary talks. Very preliminary talks. Don't make me pull the footage. I will pull it. Technique, what it do? Feels levels above most 40 pounders. Most of them he is. They gotta pay that man a little yeah, you need that Frank Martin. Barbosa about to make him look bad. So that's where I'm at with it. So we just gotta make sure we keep things in this proper perspective, man. You can't put all the onus on one guy or the other to make a fight. I think we should keep all the same energy with all the fighters. Like Zepeda's been patting the hell out of his record for some time now. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. Y'all know it. He been padding it a little bit. He been putting the padding on the record, bro. Ain't fighting no champions. Just keep fighting other guys. No champions, just other guys. And we don't say nothing about him. They keep talking about he throw 100 punches around. It's gonna be this tough for Shakur. It'll look like this. It'll look like that. And then every single time they use his name and then they go fight somebody else. And nobody says nothing. Then they say, well, nobody trying to duck him. No, that's Oscar's fault. Oscar said this, and he said that. Instead of just calling it what it is, dudes don't want to fight. Dudes don't want to fight for real. Where was Teal will gain a whole lot of black fans. Yeah, keep that same energy you did. Wanted to fight, it would have made those preliminary talks. I know that sound good. That's the perfect explanation. What about Tank, Akello? What about Tank? I done heard all this about Shakur now. Like, what about Tank? So what would Tank have done? Where do Tank fall in all this? Because I hear a lot of onus on Shakur. What does Tank factor in all of this? Because he clearly saying he got to go. He a G League fighter. He got to prove something. The younger ones look better than him. What has he proven? All this. He pretty much telling you he ain't fighting. So that's my thing. And then he waited conveniently till they put out a video clip and he responded to it talking about they sent the contract and he lied and nobody said nothing. I got to call it out. Because y'all said it. Y'all in here talking about one fight deal. Well, what about Tank came out after that and said they sent the actual contract and Steven Espinoza said they didn't? What about that? Y'all want me to pull that footage or y'all got amnesia? Y'all ain't forget or y'all forgot? Or should I pull it back up? Like, what happened? y'all forgot? Y'all forgot about that contract that said it was sent on Twitter? Y'all forgot about that tweet where he said, yo, we sent dude a contract, but he went elsewhere, and then he called dude a prick eater. Y'all remember that part? Nah, Kello. We keep rewinding the tape. Nah, while we rewinding the tape. Nah, bro, let's talk about it. We could talk about it. Nah, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. It wasn't. Somebody said that. No, it wasn't. It wasn't a fake tweet. It wasn't. That's how he talked. He called dude a D-eater. That's how he talked. He called somebody I used to be cool with a D-eater too. That's how he talked. That wasn't no fake tweet. Nice try. It wasn't fake. Nah, he said we sent him a contract and y'all ran with it. Because if it was it wasn't fake, B-Dog. I thought you were saying it was. Nah, it wasn't. Nope, it wasn't. That's how he talked. D-eater. It wasn't no fake. Nah, that was him. Yes, that was him that said it. 2 cents boxing, peace to the queen. And people made videos. They ain't say it was fake. They made videos calling Shakur a duck all over again. And then guess what? Steven Espinoza comes out and say, oh, nah, I ain't never say I sent the contract. And then they conveniently ignored that video and left the duck videos out there. You can't make this shit up. I watch people do this in real time. They tried that one. Oh, it was a fake tweet. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. No, the hell it wasn't. That was an official tweet. That man said he sent them a contract and Buddy went elsewhere and he called the dude that was saying it a D-eater. That's exactly how he talked. Exactly how he talked. It wasn't fake. I don't know if I still got it in my thing. I deleted it, man. Y'all asking me to pull this up from days ago. I had to go to another live. It was, and you know that's Mr. Tweet and Delete. That's Mr. Tweet and Delete. Don't ask me to pull up no tweet and delete. That y'all conveniently called that tweet fake, but y'all made videos about it. So which one was it? Because I seen multiple videos after that tweet, and nobody said it was fake. They made so address that. They made full-blown videos saying it was official. He was actually a duck, and nobody said nothing. It be crickets, bro. Y'all don't hold y'all fighter accountable. Nah, they said they sent that man a contract. Why did you think he asked Steven Espinoza that shit all over again? Because they know what was up. He said it. He talks like that. He literally called people D-eaters. It's somebody I know. He called one personally. That's how he talked. Now it's a fake tweet and it's not him. Knock it off, man. Y'all really showed me something, bro. Y'all showed me something. First it was the offer. Then he reducked them after he said it was a contract, not an offer. And they ran with that one. I watched people do live streams on it and everything. So if it's a fake tweet, where all the duck videos? Those duck videos wasn't fake. Those really out there. You get what I'm saying? Those really out there. No smoke, no contract, but you want to fight them. Fill in for Loma. Hey Snoopy, what the trainer say when he said fill in for Loma? Since that's the part you saying. You saying what he said. What the trainer say when he said that? Did the trainer say, hell yeah, let's do it? Hell no. He said, hell nah, we gonna get this money. Knock it off, man. You act like he was on board. You act like he said it to the trainer who don't determine who he fight. They don't pick Tank fights. They don't pick his fights. He said it to the trainer, and the trainer said, hell nah, we gonna get this money. Stop pointing out convenient shit that people say. Finish the story, bro. Say what the other guy said. We keep talking about what Shakur said. Then when I tell y'all what your favorite fighter said, it's a fake tweet now. But the videos that y'all made calling him a duck all over again, he reducked the same person twice is crazy. And y'all don't even see how wild that is. Y'all be down bad, bro. Y'all don't hold your favorite fighter accountable, bro. You really don't, bro. Nah, y'all really don't hold your favorite fighter accountable. Y'all was cool with him saying it was a duck or they sent the contract. You made videos and then said, nah, it was fake tweet. After making the videos, though. After making the videos. What about the coin flip? Because y'all only can, since we talking, we going to talk. What about the coin flip? What about the coin flip, y'all? What about the fight Shakur after Frank Martin? Since we talk, let's put it all out there. Stop talking about what one side has said. Talk about the other side too. Talk about the other side. They went from a one-fight offer being turned down to a contract in about a week's time, and y'all ran with it. Y'all ran with it. That man, y'all ain't holding the man accountable now. It's a fake tweet. What about the coin flip? So y'all gonna conveniently ignore the coin flip. I guess that's Shakur fault too. Tay D, my dog. Yeah, we doubled up. I had some work done in the house. He got done a little earlier than I expected. So I was able to make it back for the second live, man. We just having some fun. Cause see, we could have this conversation without no fighters being shitted on or nobody being torn down. I always got to say that. That's always my disclaimer. But we're going to talk our shit over here. I don't care. Tank is the Bill Haney of 2025 Tanker Maniacs. Coat. Damn, big dog on y'all helmets today.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well, I already been getting these back, but now it's time for you to get your just do.
Shout out to you. Say you called for one fight deal and you say you don't want it. Then what? I don't think he ever said that, bro. I think that's what you interpreted. I think that's what you interpreted. He said a lot more than that, Kello. You just didn't want to hear it. He also said it was very preliminary. So y'all, you think very preliminary talks mean much, and you're gonna blame it all on Shakur without knowing nothing. I actually spoke to one of the people, the sources, the sides, one of the parties involved. None of y'all did. Y'all just going off of what y'all think coming from Steven Espinoza, who since then, after he put out that BS news, had to walk back how they never sent him a contract. Because that's what they was up there talking about. Y'all went from a coin flip to an offer to a contract. Make it make sense, bro. Y'all don't know what y'all want to blame for why the fight didn't happen. First, it was that he was on Top Rank. Then they went to go fight Lone. And now it's Eddie Hearn in Turkey. What is going to be next, bro? Because the PBC clearly didn't want to sign him. So one fight deal. Y'all going, one fight deal. But somehow he about to fight Lamont Roach for the second time without fighting Shakur at all. And y'all cool with that. Y'all going to blame that all on Shakur. One fight deal, right? One fight deal, my ass, man. I want to fight Shakur, don't want it. That's cool, Snoopy. If you feel like that, that's all good. We had fun with it. I don't take nobody's opinion personal. I just got one, but I had fun with it. I don't insult nobody while we do this. We just build. I look at it different, and we can see it differently. You know what I mean? It's okay to see it differently. You think Shakur don't want to fight? I didn't hear Steven Espinoza say he didn't want to fight. The only people that say that are on YouTube. The only people that say that are on YouTube. None of the suits say he don't want to fight. None of them. None of them. None of them. None of them say he ducked the fight either. So I don't even know why we talking about this for real. To be honest, Steven Espinoza say he ducked the fight, turned it down, he don't want it? Or did he say he gonna try to make the fight? Which one is it? You get what I'm saying? Y'all narratives don't be standing the test of time. I got a lot of questions for y'all because y'all got all this energy and y'all remember everything one side say. But when I confront you with what the other side is saying and doing, you is no answers, and we keep talking about the same stuff with Shakur over and over again. I know Shakur wants that fight now. Damn sure do. He would just make the fight and start talking on social. Shakur ain't even saying nothing on social. Your man was had the last word on social. Last time they went back and forth, Shakur was talking boxing, he was talking money. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to 2 cents. Yeah, y'all gotta take the train.
What? This is not funny. How am I supposed to get home? Hold on. Hold on. Here. $2. Take the train.
Shout out to my guy, man. 2 cents. Appreciate you, bro. Yeah, it's crazy though. Y'all, like I said, y'all keep talking about one side. Why are y'all not talking about the guy that sound like he don't want to fight him? Why y'all not pointing out the fact that there's inconsistencies in what both of them have said? I'm being honest. There's been some inconsistencies on both sides, but y'all only see one side. That's the only reason I was pointing out the other side. It's not a bad thing. I'm not like saying nothing bad, but it's been inconsistencies on both sides. But I'm just showing y'all in real time how y'all only see it one way. Y'all only see what the one side says. You don't see the other side. Like think about it. Like we've been having this conversation for a minute, and not once have y'all put any onus or accountability on the other side. Y'all putting it on the B side. I never knew it was all his responsibility to make the fight. I never knew that. Cuddy was good with it. I never knew that. I never knew that. I know one guy has been adamant about how that's his big fight. That's the fight he want. And he ain't wavered and said nothing different. He ain't tore him down as a fighter. He ain't said he trash. He ain't said he ain't got defense. He ain't said, no, he ain't going to fight him. He ain't say, yo, I got to prove. He got to prove this and that to me. He ain't did none of that. He ain't did none of that. Do that sound convincing? Do that sound like the shit that he's saying right now? Do that make you sound like he want to fight him? You telling me he want to fight him? You telling me based on what you hearing him say about him, saying he's a G League fighter and he ain't proved nothing, he don't got defense, you telling me that's real? You telling me that's real? That stuff is real. Yeah, he ain't proved nothing. Yeah, like it's nonsense. That's all I'm saying is fighters just talk like fighters sometimes, bro. That's all. Yeah, it need to happen this year. I rock with them both, man. I ain't got nothing bad to say, but I could point out inconsistencies on both sides because I'm real like that. Shout out to Cuddy. What's good with it, fam? Snoopy, what's good with it? Big Supreme, my guy. What's good with it, bro? Yeah, that's all I'm saying. Hey, we got to acknowledge. See, I speak for both sides, not just one. I see both sides. I see both sides of the spectrum. And notice with me, I'm not saying that guy ain't trying to fight and he doing X, Y, and Z to not fight him, but he is putting up a hell of an argument as to why he shouldn't fight him. He definitely putting up a hell of an argument for why he shouldn't fight him based on making him sound like he's not even on his level. Like, why do y'all even bring him up? Like that. If Shakur talked like that, y'all would be in the chat talking about this right now. If he was talking like that, y'all would be saying that. Y'all would be like, well, why he talking like he don't want to fight him? Y'all don't acknowledge nothing the other guy's saying. Y'all only hear Shakur and remember what he said. Y'all only remember he tweet. Y'all don't remember the other guy tweeting. Like, yo, man, what he be tweeting at himself? Give me 2 seconds, y'all. Y'all smash the like button, man. We gonna keep having this conversation. Like only we can have it, man. Only we can have it. And look, I want y'all to know my word is not law. What I say is not exactly the way it is. It's just my take on it, right? Y'all got to take too. People got a voice over here. You dig? The chat has a voice over here. Who is Shakur fighting next? All this defense Shakur at every corner, every damn day. And now it's being pointed at Tank. Nah, you must have called. You came in on the tail end, Zach B. You came in on the tail end. Came in on the tail end. You know what I mean? You came in on the tail end. And it's not about defending. See, you look at it like that because you're not used to nobody putting up no real questions. Y'all used to everybody going along, getting along with everything the other side say. So you don't even tend to question it. And when it's inconsistencies, all I did was point out inconsistencies on the other side. And you see how you look at it? You come right in here and look at it like I'm pointing it at somebody. After you know, I'm one of the most down the middle guys. I'm telling them how they're sitting here blaming and putting all the onus on the B side. They're not even acknowledging nothing the A side is saying out his mouth. This is what I'm telling you. That's how I know this is how sensitive the fans are. You can't even question nothing they say. Anything they say, you got to take it as face value. You can't question it. You got to shut up. Don't say nothing or something bad. This is the most unbiased, unfiltered, straight down the middle conversation you ever gonna get about this. I ain't never said it was nobody's fault. I'm just telling you, you can't sit here and tell me it's one guy's fault when you got one guy sitting up here putting up a hell of a case as to why he don't even belong in the ring with him. He don't even belong being mentioned. You got to acknowledge that. You get what I'm saying? Don't be sensitive. Stop being sensitive when it's him. Y'all don't like to hear this? This is real talk. I'm a real one. I'm not going to filter and dumb it down because people don't like resistance. Y'all like people to just get up here and blame. If I got up here and I was saying Shakur is a duck and he turning down offers, it wouldn't be no questions in the chat. But because I'm saying there's inconsistencies on both sides, I'm blaming Tank. How? How? Where at? Get what I'm saying? Come on, man. Only when it come to him. Nobody else. You could call out anything any other fighter do. How dare you mention something inconsistent that Tank or his team said? How dare you automatically be a hater? I'm just pointing out, if we're going to have this conversation, it's not going to be one-sided. We're going to speak on both sides. That's all I do. That's all I ever do. It ain't Tank's fault. You ain't never hear me say that. I'm just asking you, how could you be so sure that the other guy wants it based off what he's saying? If Shakur was saying all of that shit, you would be telling me he don't want to fight. But Tank can say whatever he wants. You just going to ignore it. Nah, it's still Shakur. He turned it down. He ducked. He turned down the offer. He turned down the contract. You don't know which one y'all want to run with, depending on the time of the day. You don't know if it's an offer or a contract you want to say he turned down. And that's all I pointed out. And then you jump on me for pointing out what guys are posting on their Twitters, their actual Twitters, verified Twitters. Tank got favoritism and roach fight, hair grease. You stupid, yo.
What? This not funny. How am I supposed to get home? Hold on. Sit down. Hold on. Here. $2. Take the train.
$2. Shout out to my dog, Big Dog. You know me, man. If y'all, I'll say this. I hate the fact that I even got to defend the way I do what I do. But for anybody that is confused about what I'm talking about, if you heard me blame Tank Davis for the fight not happening, put a 1 in the chat. For anybody that been listening, you heard me blame Tank for why they fight didn't happen, or was the conversation in the focus really why the fight should happen? I can't tell you everything that's going on behind the scenes, but when I come and bring y'all and tell y'all I talk to one of the people involved in the situation, or I talk to one of the teams involved, it just is what it is. And it's very consistent with what's going on right now, as I said it was. And this is exactly what's going on. So I felt like I was told the right thing. I really was. And here we are back at square one. So we might have, different feelings as to how it gets made. And that's cool. That's cool. Shout out to my dog, Kello. It's all good. We all got different views as to how it get made or why maybe it's not being made. That's not really my fight. I don't care about that. But I will come to the aid of boxing if you just try to solely point out one guy and his side and you won't acknowledge the other side. That's not real. You got to acknowledge both sides. You heard Keith Thurman say it's the Tank show. If he decide that he want to fight you next, that's going to be the fight. But if you turn that down, it's going to be very public. So all I'm saying is the same thing I've said all this time, y'all. All this time. If that was the fight that was next, there would have been some type of negotiation, in my belief, just like it was with Loma. And we would have all heard publicly the same way we did with Loma that he walked away from negotiations. It's not a secret, bro. It would not have been a secret. We wouldn't be having to fish for bits and pieces of what Espinoza said and conveniently ignoring everything else he said to try to make a case that somebody ducked the fight. It's public knowledge that Lomachenko walked away from negotiations. I don't understand why people can't accept that as what it is. When it's core, it's got to be like some backdoor secret, it was a contract set here. Nah, it ain't going to be all of that, bro. It ain't going to be all of that. Because on one end, you telling me he went to Eddie Hearn to get away from the fight. And then on the other end, you telling me he had an opportunity and didn't take the fight. It's like you don't know what narrative to run with. Tim Layton, my guy, what to do, homie? That's all QT. That's what I've been saying, man. That's all I've been saying. So if you thought I said it's Tank's fault, then you heard the wrong thing. Respectfully, you just heard something wrong. But I'm just telling you, the guy that we know turned him down and walked away from negotiations is Loma. That's on record. Shakur would be added to that list if that was the case. It would not be some type of secret. Everybody would know this shit. That's all I'm saying. And they know that's not the case. That's why they got to try so hard to make it the case. You get what I'm saying? Think about what the Suits is saying. Are the Suits saying, yeah, man, dude looking like he don't want to fight? Suits ain't talking like that. It's only people. You get what I'm saying? Shout out to my dog, Tim Lee. If he wasn't known for playing damage control, facts. He told you Showtime wasn't going out of business. A week or so later, they went out of business. Or they pulled out of boxing. He said they wasn't getting out of boxing. They did. So it is what it is. Shakur, come on, man. He had on pants, man. It was a workout, Kello. He was hot, bro. He took his shirt off. He had to flex a little bit, bro. That's it. That's it. People be mad as hell at these conversations for no reason, bro. Like the fairest of the fair. You don't even got to shit on no fighter for somebody to feel sensitive. But it's no problem blaming one side for why a fight didn't get made. But we can't hold both sides accountable is what I learned today. Only one side can get held accountable. The less popular side, yeah, let's hold him accountable. The other guy, nah, yeah, it ain't him. It can't be him. Jay Prince still got to say, I think so too. I think so too. And like I said, like I always said, bro, I think time will tell everything. Time will reveal all things. I don't think nobody is scared of nobody, but I think dudes got egos. I think pride is involved. It's a lot of money involved. Like it's a real fight to be made. You get what I'm saying? It's a risk for what both guys have been accomplishing and doing to this point. You could love it, hate it, or be mad at it, but it's a fact. Tank is built. His shit is solidified. He's one of the guys, no matter what. Him fighting a guy like Shakur, that's a risky fight. Shakur, he built his shit up. One of the best defensive fighters, don't get hit. You just heard dude say he hit you 21 times to 1. All that good stuff. 3 division champion, silver medalist, you know what I mean? Former unified, all this stuff. He's built his name, solidified himself respectfully. On the other side, they are a threat to each other, whether you want to acknowledge it for what it is or not. Stylistically, they can be kryptonites to what each other do well. That's what people don't want to acknowledge, but I'm here to give you my opinion, my honest opinion. That there's risks equally on both sides. I don't give a damn how people try to slice it and who you think the more of the risk is on, that's cool. Who you think is more of the dangers, that's cool. But there's a risk factor involved in that fight being made. So that alone, to me, is a reason why the fight will be held up. And I level with Breadman Edwards. I told y'all this before. He says certain fights, especially fights like this that we talk about, a lot of times, man, for these dudes to make these fights, they're going to have to let their teams know, like, yo, look, this is the fight that I want. I don't want nothing else. Even if they got to fire somebody and get them out the way. You get what I'm saying? And hopefully it don't have to happen. It come to that for this fight to happen. But when we talk about this, this is why I said when Shakur, when I hear him say, yo, I'm willing to sit down and have a conversation, I think that is so logical. I think that is so I think that's real. I think that's dope. Like to say the hell with the social media, because that's what that mean to me. The hell with the social media, the back and forth, the one up, the ego, the pride. Let's sit down. Let's make this fight. I haven't heard anybody like comment on that much. They kind of overlook it, and I've heard people kind of downplay, like, why should he talk to him? But it's like, see, that's the problem. You putting up unnecessary resistance. How are they? It's the biggest fight. It'd be the biggest fight, I think, for both of them at the time. The most riskiest fight I think both of them could have had taken at this point in their career, respectfully on either side. So it's like, how are they above talking to each other? You get what I'm saying? Getting through, trimming out some of the fat and really getting on the same page and saying, man, let's make this fight. Best man win. Let's make this money. Let's make this fight. I'm for shit like that. Because it just cuts out a lot of the back and forth and the unnecessary bullshit. And I really like that approach. I think that's some grown man shit. It's time that, you might not like him now. He might not be the ticket seller he is, but he's very established in a way that he might not be, right? You can say that. So, yeah, you got the tickets, and he ain't saying he deserved money. We ain't getting there. But I think the man at least deserve a conversation is what I'm saying. I don't think nobody's above that. And I think if it's any fighter that you can negotiate with or sit down and have that conversation with, that would be the guy. Make that fight. So that way it will be no excuses to me. And that's another thing, y'all. I'm not saying it has to be done like that because Shakur is suggesting it, right? For me, there's no denying after that. If it don't happen, who the hell didn't want it? You understand what I'm saying? It's no longer like, we don't have to guess. We won't have to. I think we'll get exactly what we need and we'll understand if somebody wanted it or not. That'll trim out all that bullshit, all that garbage sides of the streets. You signed to him. You didn't sign over here. None of that. Go talk to each other and see what's up, man, for real. All this BS back and forth. I don't care about the one-ups on social media, none of that. I want to see a fight. And if that's what I don't see, I just feel like that's not the only option, but that's a reasonable course of action, I believe, with two guys that might be full of ego, pride, and feel like they deserve their respect. I mean, that's how you do it. You get on the phone. You get on the phone respectfully, or you sit down, talk to each other. I just don't see how that's something you can't do. You get what I'm saying? Like, think about it, y'all. Lamont Roach and Tank Davis had a conversation about fighting a potential future fight. He told him, yo, you do your thing. We're going to do some business in the future. Right? He told him that. So you get what I'm saying? That was a conversation amongst them. That wasn't no suits involved. That wasn't no social media. That wasn't no tweets. None of that bullshit. That was said to one another. They had that conversation and look what they did. They did business. It's a chance that this fight never happens if that conversation never happened. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I ain't saying that's the only way to do it, but I'm giving an example, a fair example. You heard it from Lamont Roach. He said they spoke. He even said they was out somewhere and they had a whole conversation. Told him, keep doing what you're doing. He said that was before the fight with Hector Garcia. He told him, you win, we'll do business pretty much down the line. You get what I'm saying? They end up doing that because I think they established a line of communication where that could happen. You get what I'm saying? And that when you got two guys that's been going back and forth for a while now, I just don't think that that's, a bad course of action. I don't think that's, unreasonable for guys to say, nah, let's talk. Because at the end of the day, you're going to have to, for it to be a fight, it's going to have to take two. And y'all going to have to be on the same page in one way or another for a fight to happen, or it can't happen. It's that simple. Shout out to NHJ too, man. My guy said dudes wear tank literally say fight Shakur for what and won't bat an eye, but at the same time conveniently blame Court for the fight not happening. I mean, that's all I was pointing out, right? I wasn't blaming Tank. I'm just saying, like, if you're gonna sit here and have all these reasons and explanations on his end why it didn't happen, that's the B side. Keep in mind. Why would you say it didn't happen on the other side? It's not even worth exploring. Are we blaming them? No, that's not it. We just asking people to hold both sides accountable. It takes two. They're gonna have to be on the same accord. Team's gonna have to be on the same accord. I'm tired. Y'all ain't tired of the posturing and the back and forth. Y'all ain't tired of the guessing games and the fake information and the half-ass information. Y'all ain't tired of it. We had enough of that. Y'all ain't ready to see it. I know y'all ready to see the fight. And I'm just saying, whether it's them as fighters or their teams collectively establishing a line of communication, they need to fight. This shit is bigger than Nino Brown, man. You did. This shit is bigger than Nino Brown, man. You get me? Just what's the name of that channel with them fire Shakur stats? I gotta go look it up for you. I got you, bro. I got you. I think it might have been Fight Genius, but I'm not for sure, man. I got it wrong. I'm gonna go look for you. Shout out to Kellen, man. He said, just keep it real. You know who holding this fight up, Tank versus Shakur. I think the business is involved too, though. Like, we blame the fighters. That's the 52 fake out. We blame the fighters. Like, listen to Espinoza, very preliminary talks. And what do? Think about it. Steven Espinoza didn't even blame Shakur and his team. The fans jumped all over it. You get what I'm trying to say? So I think it could be business as well as other things. Like, listen to what he said. Deals got to make sense. Shit got to make sense on both sides. He don't feel like, you know how fans say, yo, whatever we offer or whatever, he got to take it. He don't feel like that. He's a part of the business. He's not talking that way. Like, guys got to take whatever we offer him or that's it. And he don't want to make the fight. Like, think about it. That's not the energy. The energy is, yo, we're going to revisit that and make the fight. We didn't have what he was looking for. People look at that as, that means he ducking. He talking business. People talking simple shit on YouTube. Duck shit. He like, bro, deals got to make sense, bro. Guys got to be satisfied with what they getting. Like, if you get very preliminary talks, they probably ain't even get that far. You get what I'm trying to say? Give that shit a chance to happen before we shit on it and say, you know what? This guy is definitely ducking. You don't know that. You don't know. You get what I'm saying? You just don't know. It's very premature. Facts. True. And that, I think that's reasonable to me, Keys. I think that's reasonable. I ain't tripping off that. I think that's reasonable because what did he go sign? Keys, a 2-fight deal, not 3. People were saying he was looking for 3. That's what Espinoza was saying. He said multi-fight. Multi can mean more than one. And he signed a 2-fight deal with Eddie Hearn, not 3. So you get what I'm saying? But that's right. You know, you couldn't agree. You like, man, you get what I'm saying? And I think we just look at it all. You know what? That just means he don't want to fight. He don't want to fight him because he would have just took it right then and there. You just don't know the basis of those conversations because they were. He made sure he said very preliminary talks. He said it again. No contract was sent. Like, he got put on the spot for that because that was being said. You get what I'm saying? Think about that. They be rushing the business. The business don't work at the speed of YouTube. I said that before, and I'm gonna keep saying it. It don't move at the speed of YouTube. Shout out to Boxing Hacker for the 5-piece. Tank shot down the Shakur fight multiple times on interviews. Meanwhile, Shakur has been calling for the fight, but leave it to Tank fans to blame Core. My thing, Boxing Hacker, I don't want to blame either guy, right now because it's so early where I think it's hard to really, can you say, like, at anybody that's listening to Just Do, The Voice, aka The Voice, can anybody in here, and we having a conversation, that's the difference between me and everybody else. What I'm saying is not what y'all gotta believe. I'm just telling y'all how I think. Y'all could all disagree, it's all good. But tell me anybody in here that's listening and smash the like button. Can you undoubtedly, with 100% sure say that you know one guy or the other is the reason the fight didn't happen? Like, could you put your bottom dollar on it and say, yeah, this is undoubtedly, like, yes, I can say that. And that is my thing. That's always been my stance. It's not one guy or the other. I just ask people to hold the other side just as accountable as you hold the B side. That's all. If that's wrong, then I'm going to just be wrong forever. But that's not unreasonable. Hold both sides accountable, but we have such limited information that we're basing this off, and we're just accusing guys of shit that ain't reality. You will never hear me say Tank Davis is ducking, but you damn sure ain't gonna hear me say Shakur is either. I don't see that being the case. I think fights like that need some, they need to really be, you know, these guys need to be on the same page. That talking shit on the internet, that shit don't make fights. We seen how Errol and them sat down and keep saying it. They could do it. Anybody could do it. That's all I'm saying. They ain't got to do it, but it still is an option, and it's not an unreasonable one. And nobody can make me think otherwise, because that allows both guys to have an open line of communication with each other. Then maybe those egos and that pride could get put to the side. People could just talk about, like, yo, what's good? Is you trying to fight? I want to prove that I'm better than you. I know you want to prove you better than that. That's what it is at the end of the day. That's how I see it. They competitors. Them dudes want to see who's the guy. Yeah, we want to see who's the guy. I rock with him both. I just want to see it. I ain't blaming neither one for why it didn't happen. I just think I said you can see inconsistencies on either side with a lot of different things being said. That's all. That's fair. That's real, because ain't no side been just 100% consistent. No side. And that's boxing for you, man. Shout out to boxing. Verse, my dog was good with it. Was never sent with a contract. It's the last thing sent. For sure. You know, Zoom, but people skip steps. When they want to push the narrative, they'll skip a step. Like 1 week it was the offer, and I was, you know, I made my peace with that. Like, all right, cool. Then the next week they turned around, it was a contract. I seen the videos, I watched live streams, I really listened to people go in on this shit just for it not to be the case. And then nobody goes and speaks out about how Espinoza said they never sent the contract. After, if you were a person that made a video and shit saying that, then I would expect you to also follow up and say, like, what he actually said at the end, and no contract was sent. That's all. I just think that's the real way to do it. I think just calling out one way is a little weird. Shout out to my dog at Kello, man, in the Cash App. He said for talking shit. That's my bro. You already know it's all love over here. Only here where you could build, where nobody getting shitted on for their opinion. I'm not telling y'all my word is law. Just telling y'all how I think. I don't look to blame fighters when shit don't happen immediately, because I know what I've heard from talking, being able to talk to a matchmaker, right? Oftentimes it'd be a money related issue. And if you want to blame a fighter, then blame him. But a lot of people didn't blame Frank Martin when he said with Shakur, the reason he didn't fight him is because he needed that little right? I didn't blame him. I didn't call him a duck, because I know that money got to be right for you to step in there and risk your life. And I ain't here to tell you how much you deserve. It's whatever you can negotiate, bro. If you felt like whatever you were supposed to get, you wasn't able to get, that's why you didn't fight. Understood, bro. Understood. Shout out to Boxing Hacker, man. Shout out to Tello. Get you, bro. Baby Do is in the back. Al Booger, my dog, what's good with it, bro? Shakur has a better percentage of KOs than Roach does, I believe. Slightly now, though. Slightly, because he got less fights, and I think he got one more knockout than Roach. So slightly. But that fight for Shakur, it's not about knocking out Tank. It's about being smarter than him. And that's hard enough to do, right? It's that you don't go in there trying to knock that guy out. I mean, if you can knock him out, knock him out. But I think being Shakur, obviously, you're not a knockout guy. Tank having a hell of a beard and being that knockout guy, I don't think that's part of your game plan. You go in there and be Shakur, defensively sound, be hard to hit, be able to hit guys. Like you said, like when you able to, I don't give a damn when nobody say how you spin it, slice it, say the level of competition, cry all you want. But when you able to be this efficient, it's hard.
Shakur Stevenson is the best lightweight in the world currently. Shakur has the highest plus minus in boxing with 21.7. For every single punch his opponent lands, Shakur lands 21 punches. People need to start appreciating greatness when they see it.
One punches he land, his opponent land one. Just tell me a time in boxing, y'all, if y'all can remember a stat like that. And if you telling me that's not impressive because, oh, he ain't fight nobody, you just a hater. That shit is impressive. That shit is impressive, bro. And that's consistent, bro. It's consistent. That shit is very consistent, bro. That's impressive, man. Very, very impressive to me. Seriously, bro. Tank Duck, Devin, Haney, boxing hackers speak facts. Y'all stupid, bro. Y'all big dog and boxing hacker teaming up. That's deadly combination, huh? Shout out to Big Dog Willie, my bro, man. Appreciate the support.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well. I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Brat, yo. Super brat, man. I swear, dude. Super brat. Listen to him, always crying, yo. My son is a crybaby, y'all, and I'm so disappointed. He is such a crybaby. I kind of overdid. You lucky hey, Big Supreme. Hold on, y'all ain't hear the other one. Hold on, I gotta get the other one, bro. I gotta get the other one. He said a good boxer though. Nah, it wasn't. Nah, that's not Cap. What he said. See, it sound like Cap. That shit is that good. Now go look it up. Now I'll just go ask you to look it up. Don't listen to the video. Anybody can say anything in the video. Let me put that out there. Go look it up and put it to the test and see if what he's saying is wrong. Go look it up. I'll just ask you to go look it up. All I say, just go look it up, bro. Tell me if what he just said is a lie. Shit, mess around and be a little bit better. I'm telling you. And y'all really be mad at Sean Porter. Y'all really gonna be mad at this video. Y'all about to hate this one. Y'all smash the like button because we building, man. We just having some fun. Don't be sensitive, man. Y'all know Just Do rocks with boxing, but I'm gonna have some fun. I do stir the nest, stir the pot every now and again and have fun with it, bro. That's all it is, bro. As long as I stay consistent and everybody gets their credit, it doesn't matter what I think at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Our opinion matters. So I listen to y'all as well, but y'all really about to hate this one. I'm going to hate this.
They called me a hater for keeping it a stack on Gervonta Davis. They called me a hater for calling out the resume and saying he doesn't want to fight Shakur Stevenson. Well, now we know why he doesn't want to fight Shakur. Gervonta Davis won't win 3 rounds against Shakur Stevenson. Let me put this into perspective. Triangle theory doesn't often work in combat sports, but Jamel Herring beat Lamont Roach. What did Shakur Stevenson do to Jamel Herring? Go watch that fight. Go watch Shakur versus Jamel Herring. He dog-walked him. Stopped him in 10 rounds. Dog-walked him. There's levels to this. Tank on the inside, you can't just walk in with a high guard like that. Shakur would piece that apart from the outside. Shakur's lead hand game is second to none. He'll piece that apart from the outside. His inside game is dirty too. Shakur uses frames and pins like no other. Now we know why Tank's not taking them fights. We know. Shakur Stevenson will beat Gervonta Davis comfortably. And Lamont Roach wouldn't win 3 rounds against Shakur. Let's keep it a stack.
Now, some of that stuff, shout out to Dude. Some of that stuff, I level with what he was saying, like how Shakur fight in terms of how he approach fights, frames, pins, all that type of stuff. In terms of beating anybody easily, I said earlier when I played it, I don't quite see it that way. I don't think it's nothing easy about that fight for neither guy, despite what any fan is saying at home. That's his take. That's his viewpoint. My sentiments are much different. I just think that's a fight that need to be made. And takes like that make me want to see it more because you got people that say the same as the thing for Tank. Oh, that's an easy fight for him. That's my bad. That's there. That's an easy fight for Tank. I don't see how people think that's a tough fight for him. It's not. Like I've seen people get mad at the notion that somebody think that Shakur could be a challenge to Tank. I've seen people get mad and bent out of shape over it. I've seen that. You get what I'm saying? So there's people that think it's easy for Shakur. I don't think that. There's people that think it's easy for Tank. I don't think that easy either. But what I've always maintained is I think it's equal challenges on both sides, man. I mean, you know, it might tip to one guy's favor or the other. That's cool, but they're taking challenges. Everything they stand for, everything they built, every win that they gain, every knockout that they've gotten, every punch that they've thrown, everything they've done up until this point gets tested in a much different way that they've been tested up until this point if they fight each other. I'm very consistent. I'm very, fair with both guys. Like, I don't care about nobody's opinion of what you think is going to happen. But at the end of the day, I'm going to keep saying the same thing. Make the fights, you know? Make the fights. Shout out to 2 Cents, man. You know I appreciate you. All good. But you know what though? I don't agree to disagree, right? And why I don't? Because this is how I look at it, 2 Cents, right? I've heard you cook enough to respect your boxing opinion, right? So say if you click the link, you come up here and what you're saying is 100% different than what I'm saying, I'm still going to rock with it enough where I'm not going to disagree with it, because there's no need to disagree with a logical person that, you know, watch boxing, got an opinion of their own, right? You know what you're saying, right? I respect where you're coming from. I'll just tell you how I see it. I'm telling you, it's a new way to build, bro. Agreeing to disagree is an old thing. It's a thing of the past. Let people have their opinions without arguing them down. That's how I do it. You know, can't even say comfortably correctly. Y'all crazy. Signature sound. Shout out to Al Booger. You already know. You know I got to steer the pot, have some fun. Adrian, what's good with it? Tank is a C-level fighter. Hell nah. Hell yeah. Yes, sir. Oh, good. Hey, y'all. We just got a pack. We got a crybaby alert, so y'all got to pardon me. He's a spoiled mama's boy, and he probably mad because he can't come on here and get on the camera. But a package just came, y'all. I got this paper in front of me with the names that I took down for the shirts. I'm gonna be reaching out to y'all the best way I can. I don't know whether it's through social media, email, or something. For everybody that took down your size for a t-shirt, I just got the package in here and I'm gonna start sending these shirts to y'all. So I'm gonna be reaching out to get everybody's shirt sizes shortly, man, and we gonna get y'all them shirts. Okay, and I appreciate everybody that continues to rock with me, and we gonna keep building, man. Shout out to Carl Brown, my dog, man. Tank C-level fighter. Nah, look, he not a C-level fighter. A C-level fighter won't beat Tank. Respectfully, no C-level fighter won't beat Tank. There was some consensus that Ryan was a C-level fighter, right? We know that he's not, right? We know that after seeing him with Devin Haney, people got shown that he's not, right? So a C-level fighter wouldn't be able to do shit with Tank but get smoked. You get what I'm saying? Respectfully. The only thing you can have some type of argument with is the absolute top of the division, right? And that's Shakur, Keyshawn just making his way, the Lomas who he tried to fight, right? We ain't even gonna rewind. We ain't getting into no old shit. We just talking about right now. No C-level fighter and no division that Tank has campaigned in would beat him ever on no day. On his worst day, a C-level fighter would still get smoked. You get what I'm saying? Lamont Roach, if you're going to use that as an example, Lamont Roach definitely ain't no C-level fighter. And you can throw the records and the knockouts and all that shit out the window because those dudes are familiar with each other. They know each other. So all them 28 people and 30 wins that Tank got, shit don't matter. Those 25 or so wins, the draw and the loss Lamont Roach got, that shit don't matter. Throw it out the window, and you had two dudes that knew each other, familiar with each other, couldn't really surprise each other, and you seen a great fight. Lamont Roach raised his level on the night with Tank. So that's probably going to be an anomaly on his record and his resume. Outside of that, you name him. There's no C-level boxer in boxing that's going to beat Tank Davis. You get none of them. They all bite the bullet. You know what I mean? Ryan, I think, is respectfully, I think he like a B. Whether you want to say minus, plus, but he about a B-level fighter, whether you love him, hate him, or indifferent. He's never been a C-level fighter. He's always been better than that. You get me? So, yeah, you can say he fought some B levels, B pluses, maybe an A here or there. I'm not here to complain about that. The fact of the matter is, regardless of who you think he fought and what you think he is, how many fighters do you got beating him at 35? Even if you said a couple, the list would be very short. And would you bet on it is the question I would ask. So look, it's a reason why we want to see Tank fight Shakur. Ain't shit C-level about neither one of them. Ain't shit C-level about what Tank bring to the ring. Respectfully, in no way, shape, or form. Like, respect to your opinion, I just don't see it. That dude is a dog. And it's a reason we want to see him fight the guys he fighting. Pardon me, Damon, I got you, bro. Let me go back. Shout out to my guy. He said, who is the Shakur stats? I think it's Fight Genius, bro. I think it's Fight Genius. I got to double check, bro. I think I'll be having so many clips I'll be forgetting. So my apologies, but I'll get you the exact name. It might be Fight Genius if I'm not mistaken. Look up Fight Genius on IG, bro. Fight Genius. Shout out to my dog Damon, man. Appreciate the support, homie. Pardon me, but I missed.
And we ain't never got to box again. Well. I already been getting these bet, but now it's time for you to get your just do.
Mr. Anderson, what's good with it, fam? Nah, I got you. My bad, Damon. I got you, bro. Oh, y'all hyped up for now. Nah, Adrian, look, you good. You good over here. I just want you to know, if you come here to be a part of the family, tap in, sub to the channel, smash the like button. Your opinion is your opinion. I'm not going to dish you for it. I'm just going to tell you how I think, right? I ain't going to even disagree with you. I'm going to just tell you how I see it. Like, you think he's C-level, I'm going to try to state a case. I'm going to give you something else to think about. I doubt that anything about Tank Davis is C-level, respectfully. That dude is a dangerous fighter. He's a very smart fighter. And at the top of his game, he's extremely hard to beat. And even if you were somebody that think he wasn't all the way at the top of his game, maybe he didn't. I don't think he had a bad fight or an off night, like people say. But even if you think he left some things, you know, to be desired, maybe left some meat on the bone, maybe not been as focused as he could have been. You know what I mean? You know, he got room for improvement, but even not on his best night, it's still hard to beat him. See what I'm saying? So top notch Tank is just hard to beat. Highly gifted. What's good with it? You haven't seen Shakur with an elite win. That might be debatable. Rollout 7-8 was good with C-level fighters and selling out arenas. Tank is top shelf in boxing business for sure. For sure. Yeah, that's a good point though. And usually I don't use the ticket sales, but that I get it, because I don't think you'll ever see no C-level guys selling no arenas out. I don't think so. Grease in his eyes. But I think Oscar Valdez was looked at as one of the absolute best at the time Shakur beat him. You get what I'm saying? I think he might even been on people pound for pound list at the time. That was the undefeated Oscar Valdez, the one that was knocking people out, fighting with broke jaws, all that type of shit. So I think if you look at that, it is what it is. And we make too much about who Shakur hasn't fought, right? An elite win. Who is he supposed to fight that he didn't fight? You get what I'm saying? Like, who is it that he's turning down? It ain't like he's turning down. They said Pitbull was a challenge. They turned it around. Said Frank Martin was a good fight. He needed a little more Said Williams would pay to throw 100 punches around. Shakur ain't never been in front of nothing like that. His defense would be tested. And he went from having babies to his hand hurt to taking a rematch. And no disrespect, because I know dudes get injured, but he had his shit in a little sling. I'm not even going to question it, but that's the excuses is out there. So we, like, when you say, like, you know, what elite win, and like who he's supposed to fight, like you watching him active, he had to chase Valdez to get that fight at that. You watching this shit. Like, I'm not making this up. I'm not making him look good. You watching it. You really watching this shit in real time. You watching it play out. It ain't nothing I'm making up. You watching it. The dude after dude make excuses, whether or coming up with whatever reasons they got. I ain't calling nobody a duck. Dudes coming up with reasons. Pitbull Cruz team, and there'd be a dog chasing a cat. Like, you name it. They got all the way down to Edwin De Los Santos. Cambosis was just woofing. He didn't want nothing to do with Shakur. He was just woofing. I remember they went back and forth. Like, you name them, keep naming them. T.O. talking about he don't want to mess up Jay Prince money, and he at 40. You get what I'm saying? You got dudes talking about they ain't in a rush to fight him. Now, all of a sudden, it's never going to happen because that dude way out of they way in separate weight classes. It'll never happen. Like, you watching all of this shit. Now, name me the excuse that he's made for not fighting any of these dudes. Name me the excuse. Could you look at one fight that hasn't happened and you could look at him and say, yeah, man, that's you ducking. It's not happening, though. It's dudes not fighting him. So he only can fight who's willing to get in there with him. I'm done with the who Shakur fought and who he ain't fought. I just want to see the guys that was about to step in there. I thought it was going to be Kid Austin. They came up with some other shit. Whatever with them, I'm good on them. I'm going to just watch them from afar. I ain't even going to be big on them. They got something different going on over there. His son need to stand up, be a man, but that's another story. But thought it was going to be Kid Austin. Like, look, you watch the guy. Like, they'll get mad about who he fighting, but they won't point out the reasons why he's not fighting people. Like I said, Zepeda had a multitude of excuses, from a baby to an injury to taking a rematch. The dude got more fights than Shakur and Tank and don't want to fight neither one of them guys. We don't say shit about him. We just let him keep picking who he want to fight. He rematching, you know, Tevin Farmer, who should have got the win in the first fight when he dropped him and beat him up, took the fight to him. You get what I'm saying? All they about to do is rob Tevin Farmer again. And he about to pad his record again. Meanwhile, we arguing about Tank and Shakur ducking and not sending contracts. Told y'all we missing it, man. We missing it. We blaming blaming the wrong people. Shout out to my dog, LetsBuild too. Yeah, man, you get me. Shout out to Ozell. Everybody gets that. You get your own opinion over here. I won't even tell you I disagree. You'll never hear me say that because I get it. If you sat down and you took your time thinking about something and that's how you see it, who am I to disagree with it? Like, why? There's no need to. I was assuming you have a competitive fight, you automatically consider a C-level fighter. I was just, yeah. That's a fact. Yeah, C-level, PBC, Hype Job, JJ, they was going in on Tank. But us real ones, we don't talk like that. Call said, I went up from the bottom, Z-level. Old Tank Davis. You stupid. Nah, he wasn't on any Panther turned down Devin Haney. Who turned down Devin Haney? Who are you talking about? Kid Austin boo-booed himself. Yeah, he found his way up out of there. Tank, the greatest prospect to ever live. I promise you, if he still is, he'd be the best. Shakur underrated win. Joette Gonzalez, a big win. I said that. Hey, Dub, I say Joette Gonzalez. They act like, nah, I say Joette Gonzalez. They told me who. Hey, Dub, I tell them he won his first title against this guy and beat up his girl brother. In real time, he 12-zipped his girl brother. Shakur been cold, bro. Shakur been cold. The man 12-zipped his girl brother in real time. Beat him up, gave him the first loss on his record, won the title. And then they broke up. Shakur cold dude, bro. Shakur cold dude, man. Shout out to big homie Shakur. He gonna get his just over here. This ain't no favoritism. This ain't no fan shit. This just appreciating boxing. When it come to him, people will tell you what he ain't done, but they don't even know who he fought for real. That I've been used to run down the wins. Joette Gonzalez, his first, what was that, like his 13th fight? That was like his Keyshawn and Baranchik moment too. Yeah, he just beat Arnold Hagai this weekend. Yup, to save his career. That was a great win, and I was rocking with him. Shout out to Rashid, second to none. I'm always 100, bro. Let him know, bro. Let him know. I'm the fairest guy in the land, bro. Just because you don't agree don't mean I'm not being fair. I speak on both sides. Show me somebody else that speak on both sides more than me. You can name them in the chat. I'll name them. Any content creator, name them. And I probably rock with them anyway, so it's all love. Tank be reaching, throwing one shot at a time. Yeah, that kind of caught up to him against Lamont. Lamont was prepared for that. And I think, like I said, them being familiar with each other and knowing each other and, just knowing what to expect made that a competitive ass fight. Very competitive. You know what I'm saying? This the kid came back. Credit for saying they want to fight. Yeah, man. Yeah, they played with the people on that one. Shout out to Rude Exposure. They played with the people on that one. Fighters know how good Shakur is, just like Tank. But then the Tank money gets them in there. Right. So it's like with Tank, they'll be willing to risk being knocked out because they feel like the money and the upside is even better. But I think it's the opportunity as well to even the possibility of beating them, what they feel like comes with it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Shakur, they feel like it's more risk involved, right? But not as much financial gain or potential upside. So it's like, I'll risk the Tank fight. Shakur, it's unnecessary. That's just a bad style. And it's not about being scared. You get what I'm saying? It's about picking and choosing, and guys trying to pick the more lucrative route. And I ain't mad at it. But it get frustrating because when guys turn him down or make an excuse not to fight him, it's like everybody in boxing is cool with it and they don't see it. But then somehow they know the inner workings of, the conversation with Espinoza and Shakur team. Like, it's the weirdest shit I've ever seen. Devin Haney, Shakur ducked him. Shakur ducked Devin Haney. Yeah, sure he did. Yeah. I mean, I don't know what year that happened, but I'm pretty sure at some point it did. Well, excuse to anything not to fight. That's what I'm saying. For them tune-up fights back to back. Anybody else could be cool with it, but I won't be. Who fighting tune-ups back to back to back to back to back to back? Who fighting them tune-ups like that, bro? Who fight a tune-up back to back to back to back? He took it easy. Pitbull, Devin, Schofield, Ryan Garcia, and others, Douglas Shakur. They don't want no smoke, man. They've been suckers. Don't forget, hey, Blue Hustle, man. Don't forget Loma. I don't even call nobody a duck. I'm just letting you say it. I ain't even call Loma a duck, but I'm going to tell you what Loma did. I must tell you he had an opportunity, and I heard he stood to make it a career high. That's what the word was. He definitely could have fought for a vacant title. He was like, nah, I'm cool. And then he went and beat the stew out of Cambosis in front of all of us. And we seen it. We was there. I'm undefeated with all my sister boyfriends. You stupid. You stupid. Oscar was good. Went for Shakur. Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was. I think he was. I gotta go double check. I think he was. He was definitely ranked highly. He was undefeated, the knockout guy, fighting with broke jaws, getting through that. Yeah, he definitely was a great win. People just don't want to acknowledge it. They don't want to acknowledge it. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to acknowledge it, man. They just don't like giving credit where it's due. That's all. Yeah, Loma ain't want no smoke. Loma ain't want none. Loma ain't want none. No man ain't want none. I can't think of no channel like yours. Most will block you for a different opinion. Then there's your timeout. That's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying. I'm a Jew. People gonna catch on. I ain't toot my own horn. Don't think that. But I know I'm a solid guy. I really try my best to speak on both sides, and I do a damn good job at making sure guys get they do and they credit. You'll never hear me sitting up here taking credit from guys. I just give you my opinion. You know. You'll never hear me calling guys prospects and bums and they ain't fought nobody and this guy's ducking. I don't even like to use that word on this channel, but the fact of the matter is, dudes finding convenient reasons not to get in there with that guy from North. Man, they be pissed off, bro. Gosh, shout out to my dog, man. They don't even get it. I got it. Little disclaimer. I got to let them know. Shout out to James, man. What's good with it? Shakur serious, Tank serious, Dev serious, but who's forgetting that there are a million other fighters that are good. We just don't get to see them. Now, that's true. That's true. Sometimes we don't talk about enough of the other guys. That's why y'all got to go tap into Behind the Hands TV. He going to put you up on some fighters that you don't know about for sure. Guaranteed. Pure boxing. Boxing at its purest. His opinion ain't even on the channel. Just pure boxing. So you want a channel where there's no opinion? That's a jewel in this boxing game too. Name me another channel that don't have his opinion on it. Mine's my opinion all over this joint. You know what I'm saying? Bro got all types of boxing videos, content, interviews, you name it. No opinions, just content, just boxing. So for those boxing purists that like those type of channels, Behind the Hands TV is your guy. From my view, what's good with it? How you feeling? He said, is Ryan being trained by his dad? If he is, he might be in trouble because I hear Tio said he ain't training with Eddie Reynoso. He said he ain't training with Eddie Reynoso. Shout out to my guy, Pooh the Kid, man. He said, ride till the wheels fall off for Shakur and GTD. Shout out to him. Shout out to my dog, man. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate the support. And we just building. Like, I just be wanting people, don't get in your feelings when you hear something you don't like the first time you don't like it, bro. You get me? Like, I'm not going to at least pay attention to what I'm saying. Everybody has an opinion, but you're not going to hear me taking credit from none of these dudes. Like, people like, and I was big on that because that comment stuck in my mind. I don't want nobody coming here feel like I'm blaming one fighter and picking one versus the other. That's not what I do over here. But I'm not going to sit here and keep having one-sided, jaded-ass conversations that only hold the guy that's not in the control of things accountable without even acknowledging the other side that's involved. No matter who's at fault, I don't look at boxing that way. I look at boxing as people just holding themselves accountable, right? And I feel like any situation that you are a part of, all parties involved share a certain amount of accountability. And if you accept your accountability in any situation you in, whether that be making a big fight, you get what I'm saying, then nobody has to get blamed. We don't got to come back here and talk about whose fault it is and blame this one or that one. So you'll never hear me blaming Tank for shit. Like, I feel like the man how I'm going to blame him for doing what he want to do? How? I'm a way different thinker than most of these dudes. How am I going to blame a man for doing what he want to do? How? I don't feel like I got the right to tell that man who to fight and when to fight him. I know what fight I want to see from him. I know what fights I want to see, what guys I want to see challenge him and vice versa, right? But I don't feel like I could tell that man who he should fight. I don't talk like that. You get what I'm saying? I know what fights I want. I can't tell him what to do. Shout out to my dog, man. Shakur, Tank, Dev, Elite. It's not a short list. To me, it is. To me, it is. That's a short list, bro. Think about all the fighters. And 2 cents, you could just focus on, damn, well, they're in different divisions. So let's just say if they was all at lightweights, like, or just think about Tank and Shakur at lightweight. Think about how many other lightweights in boxing there is in a whole sport that they better than. Think about it. And you could argue all day about which one you think better, but think about how many fighters that they're actually better than. Dev included at one. Well, he's gonna be at 47. Even there. Think about how many fighters he better than. You get me? Sparloma years ago. I think it made him hesitant, Marcus. I think it made it hesitant, right? I just feel like nobody with Loma's pedigree would ever be scared of a fight. For me, this is how I think. I feel like for me, that's not logical because that guy had 2 runs at the Olympics, both gold medals. It's shit scary to him. The man clearly fighting at a division in 35 where he could arguably not be fighting at. He could be at 30 probably if he really wanted to be, right? Loma ain't scared to fight nobody. Shakur included, Tank included. But I think, sparring do play a factor to a degree, right? Maybe like, and you getting closer to the end. Some could make more of the case that he actually showed you like, all right, now to Shakur, but then took a fight. At least with Tank, it's like, no, but he ain't fight nobody. He might retire. But we'll see. It's going to sting more if Loma come back out the woodworks and defend that title. And it didn't get somebody you want to see. It's going to be wild. But I don't know what's going to happen, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what the hell's going to happen. Mike Kirkland, shout out to my dog. Say it all the time. I appreciate the just do. You get these fighters, shit they don't do ain't easy, right? And I say it all the time. I tell you, that's why people rock with me. And I say this, don't wait till the first time you hear something that you don't agree with to think I'm on bullshit. Because that's not calling it down. I do this shit 24/7. This is the second live of the day. We did 4 hours earlier. We about to be on 3 hours right now, or 2.5, rolling on 3. We be building, man. Not too many people want to build boxing up. I'm one of them. Jarvis and Keith Thurman is going to be funny. That's going to be funny, bro. Funny. Lomachenko for that 40 in the amateurs. That's crazy. And he should, Big Supreme, he shouldn't be nowhere near there. Who you got this Wednesday? I got Keith, even though he was dissing Core. I got Keith, though. I think Keith going to take it to Brock Jarvis. I wonder if he stop him, though. That'd be impressive to see Keith Thurman get a knockout. So he didn't get one since like 2014, bro. Right. Just I meant to say he's avoiding that fight. Right. I feel you. Juiced up, ready. Ready to rumble. I'm telling you, man, we amped up, having some fun, man. We love this boxing shit. Putting in that work over here. Building, man. We treating this shit like a full-time job over this way. You did? And we ain't talking bullshit for hours either. We building. Some shit you're not going to agree with me. I didn't start a channel for everybody to agree. Just for y'all to know I love this boxing shit. As long as you know that, and I really watch it, support it, we good. You're going to be able to rock with me. Trust me. Best channel to land. Hit thumbs up. Shout out to James, man. It's comments like that. My dog, Mike Kirkland. Appreciate you. You see? I'm one of the real ones, man. I'm one of the ones. Lamarcus, my guy. What it do? Salute to a real one doing this boxing. Shakur Grip. Couldn't even get it out, man. Shakur grip strength. The reason he didn't fight Tank. I'm telling you, sign to fight Tank. Couldn't hold the pen right. I'm telling you. He said, "Now let me get a fight or two before I get my grip strength right. Maybe fight as a pay to, you know what I mean? Then we go over there. You know what I mean? Got to get that grip strength, right? What they say is a grip strength of a teenager, something. They was killing my boy. Yeah, that shit had me annoyed, low key. Like, I'm like, grip strength? Are we really talking about grip strength in boxing? My goodness, bro. I was like, damn, they getting creative, but silly at the same time. Like, grip strength is funny though. I wonder, did he hear that? Somebody gotta say something to him about that, because he did do the little test. That shit is just funny, bro. Grip strength. Yeah. And it's funny how people talk about the grip strength, then he go out there and get it like a TKO. You gotta say TKO stoppage. You can't just say knockout. They're gonna go crazy. Just he didn't knock him out. That was a TKO. Well, wasn't really a TKO. His corner stopped it, so it was an RTD. They got mad shit for course. They was pissed off. Stops him. I hope so too, bro. The only fight that he did, his step up fight, Brock Jarvis fight, was Liam Powell. Liam Powell stopped him in the first round. Keith Thurman. I hate to say people should stop guys because every fight could be different. Maybe he just got it in his mind. He ain't going. Like, I believe people, if he's mentally locked in that way, that he could avoid being stopped. But he ain't going to be able to avoid getting beat, in my opinion. I think Keith going to beat him. Long watch the Frank Martin fight, so I need time with the kids. But look, bro, this is a real thing. Snoopy probably did, but it's not that he's scared of Tank. Think about it. Like, if this is different than going to fight George Kambosos, with all due respect to George, because he's a true warrior. He is. I think he'll fight just about anybody, George Kambosos. I think he will, if given the opportunity. I don't think he's a scary dude at all. This ain't no George Kambosos, though. This Tank looking like he at the top of his game, looking scary, coming off a scary highlight reel knockout, walk-off knockout. You get what I'm saying? Like, and then you out here talking about you know, you want to spend time with your family. You was already thinking about retirement. That type of shit I ain't gonna say that didn't necessarily encourage you to want to go fight him now, right? Yeah, you already know LaMarcus for sure. Always all love, bro. Like, you get me? And you see Tank put somebody, you administer melatonin to a grown man in real time. Like, you probably like, yeah, all right. My back, man. Let me make sure my back good at least before I do that. You get me? So Loma probably like, bro, I gotta see. I gotta see. Maybe he fishing with AB, like my bro Skills be saying. Maybe he fishing like with AB somewhere, bro. Maybe he's somewhere fishing with AB, bro. I don't know. Shout out to my dog, man. Got Keith here, me too. Appreciate your insightful perspective on this boxing talk. Mr. Empire, drew another one, man. My God, you know it, man. It's always love, man. We gonna build. Thurman funny. Yeah, he is. Brock Jarvis was at 122. Was he? That's bogus. So he really did come up from lightweight? Because Keith was saying something about him being a lightweight. I thought he was tripping. I thought he was misspeaking. Like, Brock Jarvis bigger. Yeah, he about to get beat up. Yeah, because he just like a big, like, you know, strong kid or something. Like, he just like a big kid, big, strong, with muscles or something. Like, you know, muscular. And the muscles don't win boxing matches, man. Keith probably going to dance on it. If Keith still got his legs and conditioning, along with his pop, like, still, you know, they say that'd be the last thing to go. If he still can crack, man, he might beat this kid up. He might hurt this kid. Keith might hurt this kid. Keith really might hurt dude. He really might hurt him, bro. Might hurt him. He might stop him. Might get the first stoppage he got in a while. So I've seen tanks in my country, but not in that one. Tank, you want some of this too, old man? Loma. No, you get me? You know what I'm saying? He seen Frank. Somebody showed him that clip and was like, look, you could beat him. Loma said, what? He said, man, my back, man, my back. The kids, my back, the kids, look, retirement. Loma start talking about bad shit, but nah, I don't think he's scared. But all jokes aside, I don't know if he even seen the fight in all seriousness, right? But I think it's a chance he could have seen a highlight or something to that nature. But I think he had a real decision to make if you're gonna fight Tank, right? Am I 100%? Because I'm gonna need to be close to that. You know, I'm gonna need to be 100% or closest to it as possible to really beat that guy. And if you really got lingering back issues and you got that 1 foot in, 1 foot out mentality, you want to spend time with the family. He was thinking about retirement after the Devin Haney loss, to be fair. He just probably got a real decision to make. And that's probably why it took him a second. Maybe he thought about it for a while and then second guessed it and decided to, you know, walk away. But I'll say the answer, y'all, is in the belt. I think the answer is in the belt for me, right? At some point, something has to happen with that belt that he still has, right? He got the IBF strap. Either that goes vacant or somebody ain't more tired Dub supposed to be fighting for like an interim IBF or something like that. And maybe Loma vacates. Maybe they make him full champion or make somebody fight for it. I don't know how they're going to shake out that mess, but I can see it. First fight at 54, he was a prospect. Might keep our decision. Since he was a prospect, you're right. He ain't been up there since. Mark West, he said my neck and my back. You know it. Loma, and he 36. And think about the fight style, right? Think about the fight style of Lomachenko. He needs that movement, that constant movement. Like, he's busy. Like, he always doing something in there, trying to keep you thinking, trying to figure shit out. If your back is compromised, then the whole way you fight is compromised. And the way people, like, it's going to be tougher for you to get away from guys. And I'm telling you, you compromise like that physically, your mobility is compromised or shot in any way, that's you in trouble. You're in trouble against Tank. That's not going to be a good fight for you. It's not going to work out well. So I think realistically, Loma is really contemplating possibly retirement. And maybe if they're being genuine about what they put out there, maybe his back will be the decision. So hopefully get a decision what Loma want to do. Josh said, I wouldn't want to fight Shakur and then Tank. Or Shakur then Tank. I heard more tie fight for the IBF interim. That's what I was just saying. Shout out to JA, man. L. Dudley says Zaire Abdulayev versus Raymond Muay IBF interim title fight May 10th in San Diego. I thought that was right. Right. So right from there. So I think from there, man, maybe Muay Thai might end up getting in the mix. Maybe, I don't know if Loma end up fighting him or like he just vacate. What you think, Dub? You think he vacate? You think Loma gonna vacate eventually? And that title end up with another Bob Arum guy and Muay Thai? Probably has a good body work though. Yeah, no doubt he can fight, but I just think if Keith Thurman still got that tread left in his tire, and he still like his conditioning is pretty good, and he obviously adjusts well to taking a shot at 54, I think he'll be okay. When somebody go wake up EJ. Trey Skills was good with it. Freddie was good, man. Don't listen to Keith Thurman. He been missing for 3 years. Hold on. What you mean like this? Really missing like this? Milk Carton Keith. I think he vacates. I think so too, bro. I think so too. Big Supreme can beat Mortai. Hey, I think it's a tricky fight for him, Big Supreme. And if he had one of those off nights or those so type of performances that you've seen from him in the past, like he usually figures it out and get it done. But if he just has one of those like kind of off nights, you know, where he just ain't looking his best for one reason or another, that's gonna be a tricky fight. Ducking the ones Tank retire. Yeah. And I don't like Ali Gifted. I'll let you know something, bro. Like you might have heard me say that term a few times over here having fun, but more times than not, you would never really hear me say that. I don't like the word duck because I know that don't be the reality a lot of times when the fights don't be happening. And you can't tell somebody that to just take anything that they feel like they worth more and just go in there and fight because you said so. So it's tough, man. Like I try to give all guys the grace, right? Without trying to call them a duck, but I be saying guys strategically come up with reasons, and I don't think it's a matter of being scared as a matter it is doing business, right? And in their case, good business. I think certain style matchups, certain guys will stay away from because it's just they don't match up well. I had more conversation with Keith, and he had fights. I ain't talking to Keith no more till he went. You stupid. Man, yo. Man, shout out to my baby girl. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all hit smashing that like button. We gonna rock out for a bit long. We ain't going nowhere yet. We got to keep building because we ain't get to this other part. So like I said, just to wrap up what I was saying before anybody came in here, I think the bigger fight obviously today is Tank and Shakur as opposed to Spence and Thurman. I think they're a bigger fight. I think guys is more established. I think Tank has more of the casual audience as well as the diehards. You're getting the best of both worlds. I think Shakur has a little bit of both too as well. But I think more diehards, obviously, with his style. You know what I mean? I think that warrants more diehard type of fans. But I think he'll have a fair amount of fans in attendance truly rooting for him and wanting him to win, where it just wouldn't be all one-sided. Right? I think that'll be an interesting dynamic. People might not see where I'm going with that, but I think so. I'm not saying it'll be comparable, but there'll be people there that genuinely say like, yo, this man got a chance at winning this damn fight for sure. You get me? So that's where I'm at with it. I see that being the case. You know what I'm saying? I see it being the case. So like I said, Keith Thurman was doing some talking on Fight Hype a couple days ago. And he was going in on Shakur and his resume. Then he put out some false story about Shakur getting slapped up. And like I said, we all know, if you know, you should know what fighter he was talking about because he shortly started speaking on him after that. For whatever reason, he mixed up fighters. I'm not even trying to go there. That's corny. But I don't even know why he said he got slapped up. Even if he did, you know what? I know plenty of people that shit happened to. I don't know the basis of the situation that he's referring to. I think he mistaken, though. I think he misspoke in a big way. But it's boxing. Who cares? The end of the day, in 23 fights, he ain't never been slapped up. So I don't care. That's like somebody, you get what I'm saying? We don't watch these guys because we feel like they're tough guys outside the ring. We watch them because they box. So inside the sport, the fights that we're able to see, that we seen with our eyes, he be beating ass. And Keith Thurman say he need to do something. He need to prove something. He need names on his resume. Keith don't watch boxing like that, so he don't follow who Shakur's fought. He don't realize the accomplishments, the accolades. I ain't got to run through them. Keith just need to inform himself the next time he goes so hard on a guy without knowing shit, because I don't know how the interviewer dude felt with Fight Hype, but he had to feel at some point Keith just don't know what the hell he talking about or watch boxing at all. He basically say he don't think about Shakur and Tank fighting. Shakur need to prove himself, go fight a dog. Then he went on to mention and he goddamn Pitbull Cruz. We know the story with him. He mentioned Rolly Romero. He said Tank got names, but he proceeded to mention Pitbull Cruz and Rolly Romero because he's an idiot. So to hell with him. I'm not jacking Keith Thurman energy. I'm standing on what I'm saying. There's no way for us to know for sure, but I'm pretty sure it'll be a fair amount of people that would agree with me that Tank and Shakur is bigger than Keith Thurman and Errol Spence was back then. Period. It just is. It just is. They more in their primes. I think more established as both guys, been through multiple weight classes. You get me? They calling for that. It needs to happen, right? So shout out to them. I think it's a bigger fight than Keith and Errol. And that's just it. That's just what I think. And I hope it happens. Don't nobody listen to Keith. He's talking all that other stuff. He cool. But when it comes to Tank and Core, we ain't listening to you, Keith. Let great fights happen. Let the best number 1 and number 2 guy fight each other. That's the consensus. Let them rock. Stop making excuses why great fights shouldn't happen. Keith Thurman, you pushed that weird-ass energy when you fought, when you avoided Errol Spence, and now you're trying to, advise, Tank Davis on who he should fight. Don't listen to him, Tank. We ain't trying to hear that shit, Keith. Ain't nobody trying to hear that shit, Keith. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my cousin Ashley's Corner back in the building. Yeah, I had to put him on the missing joint. He out here spreading false propaganda saying Core got slapped up. I be thinking that shit funny. Like, where y'all be getting these stories from? He's like, I already got slapped up. Keith really tried to explain how Tank and Roach played out, and he didn't even watch the fight. He gave a whole breakdown and then told you he didn't watch the fight. Everybody be wanting these breakdowns and this analysis, but I didn't see the fight. I seen highlights. The man gave a full breakdown. He gave a full breakdown of the fight off highlights alone, bro. Keep on some casual shit, y'all. One time on some casual shit, man. One time out here bullshitting, man. He out here bullshitting, y'all. He out here on some casual shit. He said, yeah, the kid is nice, but he ain't that nice. He got to fight them dogs. Like, nah, I got to pull it up one time for the one time. I got to, y'all. One time for the one time, no pun intended. Hold on, y'all. I got to pull it up one time. This shit was hilarious, bro. Keith Thurman is wild, bro. Keith Thurman crazy. Keith Thurman putting out lies. Keith Thurman spreading lies through the grapevine. He said, I heard that boy been slapped up. I'm like, yo, that's crazy. Somebody get Core on the line, bro. Keith Thurman, wow, man. Keith Thurman need his ass beat.
One time Thurman, big fight coming up March 12th.
Keith Thurman need his ass beat, y'all. Hold on, check him out.
Just because your analysis is so great.
His analysis so great.
Coming off.
Not this time, it wasn't. He gave y'all analysis. I just want y'all to understand something. The same guy that's pushing for Tank not to fight Shakur, not so much that he pushing, talking about he don't think about it like they shouldn't fight or something. This is the same guy that never forget, he gave you a full fight breakdown without even watching the fight. It's nasty work. Watch.
Draw.
Yeah, I think I'm playing.
Whether it was a knockdown or whatever, we all know the rules.
Keep the casual. I'm telling you, TM, he was on some casual shit, bro.
Kind of like you and Spence. I'll compare it to you and Spence. Wants to see Tank and Shakur. It would be this generation's Thurman Spence in some ways. If that fight still happens, how does that go? Does the shine go off a Tank because what happened against Lamont or the familiarity he had? Maybe it was closer than a lot of people even thought it would be. Give me Tank and Shakur real quick.
I still think Shakur hasn't beaten people like Tank.
That's true. But watch how he start lying.
I mean, Shakur hasn't even been in with Isaac Cruz.
That's true. I think that's the only truth he told of the whole joint. He ain't fought Tank. That's true. It's only one Tank. Keith, he ain't been there with Isaac Cruz. Isaac Cruz ain't want to fight him. Keith, why the interviewer ain't just like lace him and say, yo, they mandated that fight. Isaac Cruz ain't want to fight him. Keith fight will be tape delay, replay on the PVC YouTube, but he can't even fight live in the US no more. Nasty work. That's wild, L-Dub. That is wild, bro. I don't fight about Tank any damn way. Cause he the guy, Ash, Oh, and he based it off let me say this. He's asking him, he asked about the Lamont Roach and Tank fight and why that was good. But then he said in many ways he feel like Tank and Shakur is like him and Errol back in the day. And he gonna give his opinion on it. Let me rewind it so y'all can make sure y'all hear.
I still think Shakur hasn't beat people like Tank.
Yeah, he out here lying. That's true though. on both sides.
Shakur hasn't even been in with Isaac Cruz.
Isaac Cruz don't want to fight. Over with.
Come on.
Next.
I get it on like some boxing level stuff, but I really don't get it.
Yo, no, nah.
I don't.
Nah. We gonna get this. You gonna get this work. I need y'all to hear how people talk when it comes to Shakur. How they double talk. How they don't even want to give credit. It's the wildest shit I've never heard people do this with no other fighter. I've heard people say, I like his defense. The greatest thing about him is his defense, but his defense ain't really defense, though. I swear, all in the same sentence, the exact same way I just said that. I've heard people do that. Now listen to Keith Thurman. Listen to what he said.
I get it on like some boxing level stuff, but I really don't get it.
He get it, but he don't get it.
Do something, bro. Do something, bro. What have you done?
This
Who
shit
have
is
you
wild.
fought? Who have you beaten?
This shit crazy.
Tank's got names, bro. Tank's been in the fire.
Watch what names he
I
named.
don't think Shakur's been in the fire, man. You know? I think this matchmaking is...
Somebody said Tank trying to get on the under... they said Keith trying to get on the Tank Davis undercard, dub. That's his way back to the U.S. That's why he big it up. He trying to get on that undercard. I know what he trying to do. He trying to get on one of them undercard. He trying to get on the co-main. You know what I'm saying? He trying to be the co-main for the next Tank fight, bro. He trying to be co-main for Tank Roach too, man. Thurman Connor was telling the truth. He was telling the truth when he said he ain't fought Tank, but that could be said on the other side. He was telling the truth when he said he ain't fight Pitbull Cruz. That's true, but he ain't say why Pitbull Cruz didn't want to fight. He talking about being in the fire. What kind of fire do you need him to be in, Keith? Is you talking about the kind of fire that Louis Collazo had you under when he punched you in your stomach? You spit that mouthpiece out and was running around the ring? Are you talking about that kind of fire, or the kind of fire Mario Barrios had you in when he punched you in your stomach, had you spit the mouthpiece out and circle around the ring? I'm trying to figure out what kind of fire you talking about, Keith, because the last time I checked, yo, bro out here beating people, 21 punches to 1. I mean, it ain't a lot of fire that these dudes could bring. That's why we want Tank. Yeah, and I say we. When I say we, I mean us boxing fans. That's why we want to see that. You get me? So, what fire? What fire just keep talking about? Like, you get me? Because you've been putting a fire with some people that wasn't supposed to have you in there. You know what I'm saying? Louis Collazo had us nervous for a minute. I thought he was about to put you down. I thought you was about to succumb to the body shot. Barrios, you was rearranging his nose, then boop, body shot. Spit the mouthpiece out. You start galloping around. I'm like, yeah, he hurt to the body again. So I'm just trying to figure out what kind of fire you looking for Core to get in. That shit ain't gonna happen, G. You know what I'm saying? Not with these guys they fighting. Padley ain't putting them in no fire. Padley is getting cooked from beginning to end. That shit gonna be like that. Full training camp, 2 training camps, 3 training camps. It don't matter. Shit is shit. It's levels, and that's what was shown. So I don't know what fire you looking for, but let's keep going.
It's way weaker than just resumes, you know?
Bro, what?
I don't think Shakur's been in the fire, man.
Josecito, yeah, my bad. I forgot about Josecito.
Than just resumes, you know? People see a skill set, yada, yada, yada.
Listen.
I get it. But word on the street is that boy's been slapped.
Look. Yo, this shit is funny. Look how he said, like, I get it on some boxing stuff. Like, he get why people think he's a certain way, but he like, I really don't get it, though. And then he turn around and give him credit again and then take it back again. Like, listen to this shit. It's funny as hell. Listen
just
to him.
Resumes, you know? People see a skill set, yada, yada, yada.
Yada, yada, yada.
I get it. But word on the street is that boy's been slapped. Like, I don't know. I don't like, it's really hard for boxers like that. You know.
Yo, keep talking about something that ain't even got nothing to do with nothing. Word on the street is he been slapped. Yo, keep lying. Keep out here mixing shit up, bro. You mixing up fighters, making up stories. Bro, in the ring, Keith, we talking about the ring. I told y'all, this is a prime example. And I played this earlier. I'm playing it again. Prime example, when you talking about Shakur, it ain't about what you see. It's about what you heard and what you feel and what you think. It ain't about what he actually showing you, because he wouldn't be talking like this. You talking about getting slapped. We talking about in the ring, Keith. He talking about him and Tank, bro. What the hell are you talking about? getting slapped. So I don't really understand, because word is he got slapped, but I gotta play it one more time.
Like I don't know. I don't like. It's really hard for boxers like that. He's gonna have to just box. I mean, what you would call
keeping boxing since 2014. That's the last time he had his knockout. It's the wildest shit in the world.
Like just like the controversial fight Haney had with Ryan. Because Haney's a great boxer. They think he's like, they think he was the nicest. Not the nicest. They think Shakur's the nicest. I don't think he's the nicest. I think he's nice. Is he really the nicest? I don't know, man. You want to know if he's the nicest, you got to put him with somebody who got to drop bombs like ISIS, okay?
That's Tank, idiot. That's Tank. So that's why I said when it come to court, people don't know what the hell they want. You said he got to get in there with somebody that drop bombs. I ain't going to say the extra shit. That's too much. Like, you ain't had to say all that, but that's what you said. That's Tank, fool. What do you mean you don't want to see that fight? It's not too many of them that fit that description at 35, bro. That's why I told you keep just be blabbering. So do you really want to see that or not? Because the one guy that can drop those bombs, according to how you rating his talent and skills, and a lot of other people, is the guy that you talking about you don't see him fight, that he got to prove it against. Damn, man. This dude crazy.
You handle them bombs, and then,
who got bombs?
Let's see, man.
Tank
mean, obviously, we've seen whatchamacallit lose in the past, Isaac Cruz, right? But like I'm saying, man, he ain't even been in with one of them type of dogs.
He keep talking about Isaac Cruz. I'm gonna punch Keith in his stomach myself when I see him.
From every which way. Yeah.
Go through some dogs, bro.
Nah, the interviewer bogus as hell, sitting up there trying to co-sign this damn malarkey, bro.
I mean, just put a few good names on the list. Like, it ain't like he
already got a few good names. Keith, you name your names. Name your names. Because the first thing people say is Manny Pacquiao. To be honest, they say Sean Porter, Danny. Now he got a couple names. I ain't gonna lie. He got some names. Keith got some names for sure. He just been inactive lately.
I mean, he's small. I mean, I don't think him and Rolly or anything like that. I think Rolly's too big and stuff. But I don't know, man.
This man said Rolly is crazy.
The resume's not there. The resume's not there. I don't ever think about him and Tank. I don't know.
Hey, bro. QT. He put the camera on. He put the camera on Keith, not himself, when he starts talking.
And you guys do, and I don't even really know why. I think it's just some like some fantasy football bullshit.
What?
I don't really think
hold on. What did he say?
The resume's not there. The resume's not there. I don't ever think about him and Tank. I don't know. You guys do, and I don't even really know why.
See?
I think it's just some like some fantasy football bullshit. I don't really think
it's. He said he called him and Tank, Shakur and Tank is like fantasy football. What you mean? Like you and Errol was, right? Because it wasn't nothing fantasy about that. It turned into a fantasy fight, because you ain't fight the man to the point where he won't never fight you now. Now you got the nerve to be sitting up here pushing that the best guys shouldn't fight the best guys because you don't watch boxing. That's crazy work, Keith.
Real, I don't agree with you on this. That it's equivalent to Thurman and Spence. It's not.
It's bigger.
It's not. Thurman did a lot. Spence did a lot.
It's bigger.
And
Spence didn't do more. Thurman didn't do more. Y'all was both at one division. They both came from 126. Y'all didn't do more. Neither one of y'all are more accomplished. And eat multiple weight classes. I ain't got to keep talking that. Y'all know the stats. What are you talking about? Yeah, you might have had more names, but who gives a damn about them names, bro? They need to fight. The same names that was at 47 ain't at 35. That they are the names there. They have to fight. What are you talking about? Fantasy football. Shit ain't no fantasy. This ain't football, Keith. What are you talking about?
It was something that the world was ready to see.
The world ready to see
I
this.
don't think he's done a lot.
What are you talking about?
I mean, just one. Put one on the resume. One good one on the resume.
Valdez, shut up.
Two good names on the resume before
Valdez, Herring.
But yeah, man. I mean, honestly, it's the Tank show, man. Whatever Tank wants to do. If Tank says this guy's next, this is where I'm making my money next, through facing the Shakur, this fight happened. I think they both put on
facts, bro.
Good boxing. tactical boxing. I think both of their defenses were good. I think both of their offenses were good. They both found ways to get inside each other's guards.
Mind y'all, he's breaking down Lamont Roach and Tank fight, and he didn't even see it.
Pop in with some counter punches. I think Roach had some of the better counters, which made people think that he won the fight. Forget about the knockdown, no knockdown. It was a close fight. It's a majority draw.
Right.
You know,
Watch him.
What was the actual standing? I didn't get to see the fight. So what was the actual standing? I know a majority draw means two judge referees gave it a draw.
Right.
Who favored who on the fight card that didn't matter? Who was the one referee that said so-and-so won the fight? Who won the fight?
I don't remember the judges on it.
You're not helping me. You're not helping me. I'm out here in Sydney. I didn't see the fight. I need details. Everybody wants analysis. They want breakdowns. But I'm going to tell you.
He didn't even watch the fight, y'all.
Whoever that referee said won the fight leans towards that person. Okay? But it doesn't matter because you got 1 out of 3. When 2 out of 3 call it a draw, this is what a majority draw is. For a quick breakdown analytically, just so that people understand how draws work.
Yeah, we don't even care. You just got done explaining to us how a fight played out that you didn't watch, and you did it with a straight face to the point where you had to walk it back and ask him what happened. You done here, Mr. Thurman. Just wanted to hear you talk that crazy-ish. But like I said, that fight needed to happen. We ain't listening to Keith. But let's keep rolling. Something I wanted to touch on briefly is this whole talk. Y'all know I don't really care about pay-per-view buys. The only reason I would ever talk about that stuff is because I feel like if a fight does well, that's a representation of the sport doing well as a whole. So, when I hear that Tank Davis fight did, you hearing different reports, but none of them are for sure. I don't think you ever gonna get the true accurate numbers. And me personally, now I've heard anything from 200,000 to all the way up to 700,000. When I hear numbers that far spread apart, maybe you land somewhere in the middle to be safe. Maybe you get what I'm saying. Just to be on the safe side, it's hard to validate numbers that are not going to truly come out. I don't think nobody's truly going to have those numbers. But I mean, shit, didn't he break another record at the gate again? So I mean, I think it did well. I don't know, I don't know the numbers per se, but I would just hope that it's somewhere in the middle from that 200 to 700K range, right? And hope that the overall event did good because you want to see boxing in a good space. So I wasn't going to spend a ton of time on that because it's not really that much to speak about, right? It's just a bunch of people, that seem like they have agendas. Some people out to make Tank look like he ain't who people tell you Tank is. Some people are out to highlight what they think Tank has always been, right? And what he continues to be. So you take those numbers with a grain of salt. That's the most responsible thing I could say. And the fairest thing I could say is if you get numbers that's that far spread apart, man, you got to meet somewhere in the middle. You know what I mean? I think that's realistic. I'm never going to think that it's the absolute low end of 200K. And that's just me. And I don't think it's going to be at the absolute high end of 700. So like I said, I feel like somewhere around the middle is kind of realistic or possible. So you just never know. But at the end of the day, I'll say this to wrap it up with this. I hope it did well. The rematch is necessary. Hope both fighters got every dime and penny and cent that they wanted. And I hope they get more in the rematch. Hope we see it again. May the best man win. I lean towards Tank again. It's hard to bet against that dude. It's hard to pick against him, even if you ain't bet. It's very hard. No slight, no knock to Lamont Roach. It's going to be very hard for him to get that win and get it on points. It's not going to be easy. I don't think it's a matter of being robbed, but just to make that shit convincing enough for them to give him a decision, he's going to have to do some things differently, as he said earlier, that he'll be prepared to do. So just going to have to wait and see it. But as far as the pay-per-view buys, take that shit with a grain of salt. I think they did good. I mean, the people showed up, it showed out. That doesn't necessarily mean that everybody bought it at home, but I think you could comfortably say that people were interested in this fight. And I know everybody that wasn't there, you know, and wasn't able to make it, bought the fight. I know some of those people did because I was one of them. I didn't go, but I bought the fight. We enjoyed it. So I did my part. We supported boxing as we always do over here. And I just hope that moving forward, man, they continue to do their thing. And I hope they make that fight. We need to see them two in there. And that's the bottom line. Keith Thurman is tripping when he say that that's not the fight. I don't know where he got that from. And like I said, we could just take that with a grain of salt because Keith Thurman ass don't watch boxing like that. And we know this shit. So that's my take on it. You know, some people got this agenda. Some people got this energy for Tank. They feel like they got to disprove his super fans wrong, but they forget that he has a lot of real, genuine fans as well. If you just pay attention, that just want to see him do well. They hear the reports, they see the numbers, they see the gates, they've been at the fights, they see what he's able to bring people out. Like that shit. I'm gonna keep saying it. The way that ring looked when he's fought a couple Saturdays ago, it looked very small because it was so many people there. And I talked to somebody on the phone that was actually there. He said he couldn't find an empty seat. Said it was packed in there. So I don't know why, if you truly love the sport, you would be out to try to prove Tank Davis not to be the ticket seller or star that he is, unless you feel like there's a large amount of people that's spreading misinformation and benefit of Tank Davis to look like something that he not. But even then, right, I just don't have that kind of energy for these guys. I like to hear that they're doing well. I don't believe anything, but I like to hear that these dudes is doing well, doing their things, and just want to see them keep moving forward. And we want to see all these fights being made. Stop getting up here tearing down the fighters that make your fighter look good. Stop blaming guys for shit that you don't know nothing about, and let the fights happen. And stop being fooled by the business of boxing. Stop falling for the banana in the tailpipe and the 52 fake out. You know what I'm saying? Some of this shit you think you saying, it ain't what you think. It ain't what you hearing, should I say. And the damn sure it ain't what you saying. So just got to follow the money in a lot of these situations and you'll get your answers, bro. You'll get your answers. So, and I'll wrap up with this. Y'all make sure y'all smash that like button if y'all haven't, man. Maybe it's just me. Old school with a belief that the challenger has to trash the champ to unseat him from the spot. I get that. I get that, Zoom. I mean, look, that's just how you see it. I can't tell you wrong, right? But some of where that, like that way of thinking, like that thought, you got to beat the champ. That was like a mob way of thinking, right? And that's how they basically cheated and manipulated fights with that kind of saying you got to beat the champ. You got to take it from him to beat him, and you know what I mean, you got to beat him to take it from him. You know the saying, but it's nonsense, really. You know what I'm saying? Even when Keith Thurman was saying he if I'd have let that video kept playing, he started talking about credit and all this credit for the popular guy, no credit. He would have basically pissed you off because basically it sounded like Tank was getting extra credit for shit being a popular fighter that Lamont Roach wasn't. Even if that were true, it would still piss you off with him saying that after you vouching so heavily for the fighter. Is weird. You know what I'm saying? It's very weird. Very weird. And two quick footnotes, man. I got a clip with Keyshawn, man, where he was on I didn't get to watch the whole thing, so maybe I go watch that, man, where he was on the Gillian Wallow $1 million worth of game, and he had talked about Devin Haney and why he don't like Devin Haney. Still good or bad? It's the fight shop. Thurman has been hit too much in the head, and he clearly has Alzheimer's. Fight, he's going to forget his game plan. Shout out to Unruly Girl, man. That's funny. That's funny. But I'm going to play this clip from Keyshawn explaining why, you know, his reasoning for not rocking with Devin Haney.
What's the situation with you and Devin?
Yeah, I never fuck with Cuz.
Why?
Because Cuz never fuck with me.
On what tip?
Bro, it was like times where me, I was always around Shakur as an amateur and shit. So Shakur introduced me to Floyd, Devin Haney, all that type of shit. So there's a hell of times around Devin Haney and we 24 fitness, playing basketball, regular shit before niggas became celebrities type shit. Or just who we are today. And nigga never even looked me in my eyes. Nigga never showed me respect. Like Shakur always like, yo, this nigga Keyshawn, this, that, third. He be like, for real? That nigga still a kid. Like, he just never gave me my respect.
He sunned you.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, bitch ass nigga, you know goddamn well, nigga.
What's the situation with you and Dev?
Yeah, I never.
Yeah, so that's that. He said Dev ain't never given that respect he deserved as a man. So he said he never liked him for that. That is odd, I guess. Some people just ain't meant to be cool. You know what I mean? It's life. But Dev had a response. Dev said he don't like these boxing dudes. He don't like them. He don't want to be cool with them. So that was Dev's response pretty much to that. He don't like these boxing dudes. He don't care to be friends with them and none of that shit either. So back at it, I see him catching the replay. Shout out to my dog Pooh. Oh shit, damn, pardon me. My guy, yeah, shout out to my guy C New. I don't want to say your name. Pardon me if I missed you, bro. In the cash app, much love. Yes, sir, man. This is second live of the day, man. We pulled 4 hours earlier, and we got another 3 and some change now. So we at like seven and some change, dog. You know, we've been rocking that.
How am I supposed to get home? Hold on. Hold on. Here. $2. Take the train.
Really watch that when I get off. It's fun. That movie is always gonna be funny. Always. Shout out to my dog 619 Cali Factor. We ain't gotta be friends. We just gotta admit that ring and dance. Oh, getting that ring and dance. Yeah, for sure you do. For sure. For sure that. For sure. You know, but I think these fights gonna happen in due time. As I always say, we just gotta sit here and support and keep watching, keep paying attention, stop falling for the banana in the tailpipe. I keep saying that. Stop getting up here blaming one fighter or the other without having the information, without having the facts. That's all I say. You know, let's build boxing up. Let's not take from these dudes. Let's appreciate the sport. Let's, you know, give everybody their credit. You know what I mean? You could critique fighters all day and night, but just don't forget to give them credit for the work that they actually put in too. You know what I'm saying? It's easy to critique, man. It seems a lot harder to give somebody their credit nowadays. And that's what we represent over here, whether people like it or not. We like to give people their credit for being great. And we like to highlight what's great about boxing instead of what's wrong with the shit. That's all. You know? You dig. You dig. So something else I wanted to say too, man. I feel like in this climate, pure boxers are not do 11 gotta do 11 hours. The only 11-hour and change live I did, TM, was when I called 2 different fight cards in one day. I did over 18 hours of streaming that day. One was like over 11 hours, and the next one was like 7 and some change, close to 8, something like that. Like I was burnt out that day. I called, I think it was like Clarissa Shields and Wilder fought the same date or something to that effect. They fought on the same time. It was one of them. It was like 3 cards at the same time, but they didn't overlap. Something like that. And I was like, I got to go back and look. 2 of them, it was Clarissa and Wilder that fought on the same date. I forget, man. Part of my memory, but I forget. And me missing a couple likes, y'all see, y'all missing some likes. We gotta put that in there. We gotta make sure we hit them all. Hit them all. Just did crazy work that day. It was a great time, though, for sure, bro. Shout out to Pooh, though, my guy. A1 Hoop Zone, my brethren. What's good with it, bro? How you feeling, man? How you feeling? Yeah, I wanted to say this, though. We had a point in boxing, man, where I feel like the sweet science is a thing of yesteryear, bro. Like, it seemed like a lot of people starting to have a casual way of thinking. And that, I don't know, that could be terrible for the sport. Like, I don't remember the last time I seen, you know, a boxing match where 2 purists get in there and people don't complain. You get what I'm saying? People don't see knockouts. There's a lot of complaining. Don't ever forget. I know knockouts sell, but that's for them casuals, man. Y'all should appreciate the sweet signs, no matter who dishing it out. Because I don't give a damn. I ain't seeing none of us seen a knockout with B1 better be 1 or 2. 24 rounds of all boxing. And that shit was high level chess and entertaining. I just don't see how people don't have the appreciation for the sweet science the way they need to. It's weird to me. You know what I'm saying? It's weird to me. It's weird. Hold on, y'all.
Hey, y'all, cash. Hey, I'm finna drop my cash out, y'all, and y'all send the $3, man. What you want for $3?
No, I got $3.
No, what you want for it? What you trying to get for it?
Piece of crack. Can you do it for
What you want?
$3 a piece of
Nah,
Oh,
who
God.
is that?
I don't know what the hell that is.
Now, who is that,
Hey,
though,
listen.
right
I
there
need
in the
y'all to
back, though?
cash out us some more money. Y'all,
Yo, AI is out of
everybody send
control.
$3 to her on my.
Yo, who was the person in the back? Yo, is it me? Who did this person? I'm not even gonna say it because if I say it, I might be tripping. Who is that in the back?
Hey, y'all,
bro?
cash. Hey, I'm finna drop my cash out,
Nah,
y'all.
who
And
is
y'all,
this in
y'all
the
send the
back?
$3, man. What you want for $3?
Who that look
No, I got
like?
$3.
No, what you want for it? What you trying to get for it?
Piece of crack.
Who is that, bro?
Can you do it for
What's
me?
wrong with
What you
AI,
want?
bro?
$3 a
Who
piece
is
of crack.
that?
Oh, God. I don't.
Nah, bro. The internet is crazy. I'm done with y'all, yo. Don't send me nothing else. I'm blocking y'all in the DMs for a week after sending me that. Yeah, man, I'm blocking who I gotta check back in my DMs and see who sent me that. I'm blocking you, bro. I'm blocking you for a week. Don't send me nothing else, bro. Why would you send me that? I'm thinking, he talking about, yo, look at this video with Tarver and Haney. And I didn't want to say Haney. I just waited till somebody else to say it, but I played it. And I'm like, what the hell? Yo, y'all be setting me up when I be on live, bro. Golly, bro. God, man. Yo, the internet, that's AI or something. That is AI, gotta be. Because if you look at Tarver, it's like his face not even moving. That's definitely not a real video. Somebody is diabolical. The internet is wild, yo. $17 backs. Hit her cash app, yo. Actually, crack and tell yo that you sound. Yeah, I'm blocking somebody in the DMs, yo. I'm telling you, somebody sent me that. Y'all think I be playing some of the clips? When I started calling myself the Clip King, people start sending me mad stuff, and I think like subconsciously that's what they be trying to tell me to do. Yo, play this, yo. Look at this, yo. Play this on the live, yo. Pull this up, and then I pull that up, and it's that, yo. That wasn't even Tarver nor Haney, bro. That was AI in his worst form, bro. That was like easy to spot. But it was kind of funny, though. It was weird, though. It was kind of funny at the same time. Internet is undefeated, y'all. Or is everyone on here? Nah, everybody here. Everybody here. Cut the live, just quality time backings, man. You already know, man. Shout out to the fam, though, man. We're going to keep building on this boxing. Like I said, man, this was an interesting conversation, man. I had fun with this one. I hope y'all had some fun. Just know it's all about boxing more than any one fighter. But anytime I hear somebody not getting a just due, that's where I step in. The sooner people realize that, they'll get why I do what I do up here. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get people they just do, man. Got to. What do you say now? You got until 8 p.m. Shitty that. Y'all just smash the like button, man. Please send your address so we can get these shirts out to y'all. Yeah, for the people that got my number, if y'all know y'all wrote y'all shirt sizes down, please do text me some type of address, PO box, etc. Some way I can get the shirts to you. They came in the mail. They will be given to y'all as promised. I will be getting those shirts out to y'all. Appreciate everybody's patience, and I'm gonna make sure they get there. Everything is everything. My dog, R. Stokes. But yeah, man, let's keep building up boxing, one build at a time. Let's keep supporting the grind. Let's keep supporting these guys, man. You know, let's stop blaming these fighters. Let's just support the fights, especially the ones that make sense. Let's keep demanding the best fight and the best. Let's ignore Keith Thurman and the shit he talking about Shakur got to prove this. We ain't trying to hear that shit. We just want to see the fight. You know what I mean? We just want to see the damn fights, you know? Preferably before they get too old or out of their damn prime. High five, quality time. You stupid, yeah. Tyler Sales a fool. But again, man, I appreciate everybody in the super chat, everybody in the cash chat, man. We double any goals that we potentially set for the day. And that's thanks to y'all and everybody that continues to support the grind, man. So much love to y'all. This is the second build of the day, man. We did over 7 hours of streaming. We put in some real work and we had some fun. And I appreciate everybody that's here. So with that, enjoy the rest of this Monday. And I'll see all y'all tomorrow, 4 p.m. Let's build. Peace to the fam.
Yo. You know the deal. We back again. We never slacking. Word 'em up. Ladies and guys, whether if you drunk or you high, it's time to pay respects to the illest man alive. If you think you got a point, he'll shrink you down to size. And from there it's downhill like a slinky or a slide. Open your eyes. Got a deep connection with the rise, so you might see them jump in whenever they go live. Peep it. This channel blowing up now, it's not a secret. With tons of exclusive interviews to listen to. Them other channels I hate, but yo, they missing clues. They start narratives, sip the goose and twist the truth. It don't take a rocket scientist to get the proof. Just click the live at 4 p.m. Eastern time. But when you chime in, make sure you keep it kind. But if cowards want to debate, then it's feasting time. My man Jusdu shine busy all the time. Grind 24/7, 365. Videos he might have 365. My rhyme's sick, they make you do a 365. You get a rich if you think you fit to survive. It's Jusdueboxing, time to click the live. Ain't no beginners, if you soft, you ain't down to ride. I crush you, respect too, it's Jusdu. He got the illest boxing show on the internet. The boy been a threat and he ain't even had dinner yet. Word 'em up. Yeah. You know what time it is. "4 p.m. Eastern. Click the link."
In the building. Make sure y'all subscribe to Jusdueboxing, the best boxing talk on YouTube.
Jusdueboxing in the building, 4 o'clock shorty, man. Y'all make sure y'all check him out. He's going to be live today at 4 o'clock, man. And he's going to be spewing some good stuff as he always do with an unbiased approach, man. He's probably the most unbiased channel on YouTube.
What's going on? And one of my favorite channels, if y'all into that pugilistic perfection, if y'all into that boxing, that's that boy Jusdueboxing here on YouTube. Make sure y'all check out Jusdueboxing, the only unbiased boxing channel on YouTube, because I am definitely